Peace. What's up, y'all? This your brother, Mr. Holipsism. Ah, I'm not looking at the YouTube live, so I can't see who's on unless you guys comment. I see African First, Congolese Second is on, and he yields the gauntlet. So you know what to do if anybody gets out of line. Just snap them out of existence. Peace, everybody. This live stream is actually to recap our trip to Rwanda. Um, I don't know who's with me right now. If you're in the chat room, chat something, just type something so I'll know you're there. I have a couple of announcements to make before we get into anything. Um, First announcement is I'm currently at 3,790 subscribers. So I got about, you know, a little bit to go for the 4K subscriber giveaway. And just wanted to remind you that the book that I'm giving away once I hit 4K is The 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene. So that's still on the table. Like I said, all you have to do is type in hashtag HOLLUP4K, and I'm going to do a random picker, and whoever I pick is going to get the book. So that's the announcement number one. Announcement number two, um, the BAIO Ning site will be no more. It's up temporarily until the updated site is fully functional and everything has been transferred over. You can reach, if you want to register or update your profile, you go to baioafricstan.com. BAIOafricstan.org is still in progress, so you can't access it through that yet. You will be able to soon, but if you want to update your site or register as a new subscriber, go to baioafricstan.com. Um, the reason why we're not going to be on the Ning site anymore is because Ning doesn't really give you control over your site. And that was an issue for us because we want to be able to back up our site and customize our site and do whatever we want to make it functional for our needs. And Bing was just limited in its capacity to do that. So it's still up, but it's not going to be the place where you go to. So if you want to get up to date and you want to update your existing profile, go to baioafricstan.com. The Ning site is up, like I said, temporarily, but soon it will not be. So those are the two announcements that I wanted to make. Let's see who's here. Fatty Black is here. What's up? Chima Madhu is here. What's up? Complex Sin is here. What's up? Manza is here. I'm not even gonna pronounce that last name. Richard Victor Dixon is here. Joe L is here. Cool. So I got Fatty Black and Complex Sin here in the queue. So I'm gonna bring them in. Let's have a talk.
Here we
What's up?
go.
What's up, brothers?
Hey, how
What's
you
going
doing?
on? What's going
I'm
on?
good.
Hold on, I gotta add a picture of myself. Hold on, how do you do that?
Oh,
I just,
you're blank, right?
Yeah.
I just put a random picture up.
Hold on, I want to add it in now. I want to see if I can do it.
What's up? I am Lucy. What's up? Dundada, what's up? So I decided I'm gonna do less talking and more listening on this live stream. I want to get everybody's views on how they felt about the trip.
I got the perfect picture.
Man, I got a lot of information from this trip. I mean, just talking to the locals and everything, I peeped out a lot of game from both sides.
What is that? Dolomite?
No, that's R. Kelly when they was interviewing him,
Oh.
but somebody made a meme out of him.
So what's up, Complex? Go for it.
Yeah, so I mean, where you want me to start? Like
Wherever you
when
want to.
when we first got to Kigali, I mean, getting on the bus ride, going down to the hotel, it was kind of crazy because you seeing how everybody drives and stuff. It's like controlled chaos. But after a while, you get used to it. Um, I didn't get any sleep for the first 3 4 days.
Mm.
Like we landed, we we met with everybody. We started going places. Uh, the hotel we first stayed at was the Mirror Hotel. Looked like a trap house, as we called it.
Yo,
But
the first side of that hotel is what I knew was gonna be a little bit of a problem. Is and I told Larry this. I'm like, as soon as I stepped in the elevator, bro, you probably know this smell too, Hollow.
Oh, it had an
Uh,
elevator.
yeah. It was because it was I think it was like it had like four. No, it had three floors. No, it had five floors, but there was like two sub levels.
Hmm.
But I told Larry, it's like as soon as we stepped in and it had that project piss smell, I was like, yeah, this is not. Luckily, we only gonna be here for like 2 to 3 days, so we won't be here that long.
yeah,
But it was still all right. Like it could have been a lot worse at that hotel. But again,
Yeah,
like
well,
Bradley was saying, like what Complex was saying,
yeah,
like we pretty much was like all over the place. Like the first night after we met y'all after the cultural event, um, we pretty much went out and was like just trying to find something to eat because me and him got there. We didn't eat at the hotel that where we met y'all. So we went and found like some. We was just walking around the surrounding area,
hmm
just trying to find food. We befriended some Congolese dude that like got like some goat shop where he makes like goat kebabs and stuff like that. So we were just eating that and just walking around for the first night. But
yo, CD is in the house. What's up, Clarence?
hey,
What's going on?
What's up?
Not a whole lot.
Clarence and us was hanging out the first time. The first night we touched down, we went out. we we was hanging out at a local club, getting some grub, meeting the people. It was fun, man. It was. I tell you, I was really comfortable there, like really quick.
yeah,
Like there was no. I didn't feel any hostility, any you know anything like negative. I was like really just really chill from the moment I got there. And like you said, for the first few days, you didn't really get a lot of rest because we were just going everywhere.
yeah. It took me a little getting used to of everything, like the steering and all that stuff. But then once you've been there for a while and you start understanding why it happens, you get used to it.
well, to be fair with the staring part, I think that was more so me because of my I had like a utilitarian sling bag. So I'm more than sure they didn't know what the fuck to expect when they saw.
Yeah, Patrick had some C4 on him. So it's kind of strange when you see a big dude with C4 saying, "Yo, where's the arena at?" You know.
For real.
Like the funniest part was when we was going somewhere and I think we was coming to meet y'all again at the mirror and we left and I asked the dude a question, yo, he backed up a little bit, his eyes started winding up and he was like then he was like telling me like in a frantic way of where to go. I'm like, okay, thank you. Then I just walked away.
And didn't you have on? It was that the night you had on like your bright yellow or orange do rag.
Was it? I think it was. I think that was when I had my do rag on too. We was going to yeah, that's what it was. We was going to the lounge, and I had my do rag on.
Yeah, man. Yo, the club was fun.
Oh yeah. So yeah,
It was.
one thing, guys. Like
Both of
what?
them.
Yeah.
Yes. So the one thing that we could tell you guys about Kigali, like the Kigali people, because they ain't really much like entertainment, like things to do for fun. So like the main things they do is go to a lounge at night,
Hmm.
and it could be any day. That shit gonna be packed.
Yep.
So that's pretty much what we was doing every night. Hence why we was like pretty much tired most of the time because we would be out like.
Exactly.
Well, our first time we went to a lounge, me and Bradley, we was out to like literally daybreak, like with Larry. Like it was
Oh
actually
yeah.
daytime
Yeah,
outside.
it
It was
was
like
about
damn.
6 o'clock in the morning.
So,
Yeah.
but because they're really conservative people. So like, and they really care about developing the nation at that. Based on the conversations we had with like a few younger ladies, like around our age.
Hmm.
So like they don't really it's kind of like they focus more so like on like just working pretty much or honing their whatever skill they're in. They're more focused on that than actually doing other things. Unless it's nighttime, obviously, and they go out partying.
Yeah,
So
nighttime. It seemed like nighttime was a party no matter what day it was. It could have been
yeah,
weekday, weekend, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There was always some place to go.
They don't really have a weekend, so they
Right.
whenever they're off, they do what they need to do.
It's typically just one day a week that they're off. They work six
yeah,
days
Yeah,
straight.
yeah, yeah.
yeah. It's either the one day like the Sunday, right, which is the day that they take off, or whatever day they have scheduled, or is the mandatory days they have to take per month. Because apparently, too, there's a mandatory fitness day that people have to take. Because apparently, since there's a young population and they work very hard, apparently there's a lot of like young deaths from overworking. So apparently there's a day that everybody has to do mandatory where they like pretty much have to play like a sport or workout, like go to the gym. Like everybody apparently has a gym membership, supposedly. So now, do they all go to the gym? That's a different story.
Well, some the way that they look, they really don't seem like they need to. All of them,
Yeah,
anyway.
I didn't
Yeah,
see any fat Rwandans. I don't know if anybody else did.
nah, I haven't.
Everybody else looked
Mm-mm.
in shape, man.
No, you're not gonna see many of them because when I was on the plane, I was lucky to sit beside a Rwandan, and she was telling me because she was coming from Houston, and she was telling me how the lifestyle is so different, like eating habits. Like
Hmm.
they some days they don't eat meat, not because they're vegetarians, it's just because meat is a little bit more expensive than vegetables.
Hmm.
So they have meals where sometimes they don't even eat meat all the time. So and I seen on the menus like assorted fruit is like a dessert to them. So they just have healthier habits.
How far did you guys get, like in Rwanda? Like, how far did you get outside of Kigali?
We didn't get too far outside Kigali, other than with you guys, because I mean we had taken a different route. We went with we had natives showing us around
Hmm.
and what they would do, and we were just going through the hotels and going through the markets and different places that they hang out at.
Because I know, like, when we were traveling outside of Kigali, I'm telling you, like, the views were so fucking amazing that I stopped taking pictures because I couldn't capture it.
Yeah, like that's how I felt too. Like I was just more so just like taking in the experience. Like I could have taken pictures, but I was just like, nah, I'd rather just take it all in. I'm like, I'll just rely on one of y'all like Clarence to take a picture of that. So
I'm still working on some of them now. I took that many.
Yeah,
I took
Clarence
that
was
many.
we got real lucky with Clarence there because
yeah,
like at
man.
first Lamar's brother was supposed to come but he couldn't make it, so like we figured we wouldn't have anybody there doing photography, but Clarence took some like amazing shots. I don't know if you all saw the Google Drive yet, but
Nah, I haven't.
yeah, he
But I
took
will
some
say
really
this, guys. Like
fantastic
with
shots.
Clarence, like this dude even gets crazy on his note, his Galaxy Note. Like the
Yeah,
pictures on there be looking crazy with his
yeah.
editing skills.
Oh, thank
So
you, thank you.
but yeah, for me it was just more so like just taking in the experience. Like 'cause I was looking back at like all the pictures and videos I took. I'm like I could have. I'm like I could have taken a lot more, but I didn't realize I took that like I didn't take as much as I thought. I'm like
Yeah, because
okay,
he was busy experiencing it. It's kind of hard to really experience it and take because if you have to have a certain mindset when you're doing photography,
yeah.
you know. And
Absolutely.
luckily, Clarence had that mindset because I sure didn't. So he
Yeah,
was covering it.
yeah. Clarence was set. Like he brought like I think a whole luggage dedicated to like film equipment,
Oh yeah,
camera
I sure
equipment.
did.
So he wasn't playing.
yeah, he was on point. Yo, Clarence,
Uh huh.
do you want to tell him about our experience on the safari?
Oh God. Well, the safari was actually it was I thought it was actually a great experience that we actually had.
Hmm.
But from the beginning just about to the end, but kind of in the middle is where we got kind of I guess you could say hung up.
But it actually turned out like the funny part was it actually turned out to be the most fun out of the whole experience.
Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, putting minds together and trying to come up with a solution is something that I think everybody really needs to attempt to put in their head before they do anything really, because getting stuck in the mud in a safari where you don't know exactly what's there and what could come out at you. Listen,
I'm
The
telling
one
you.
don't
lucky
sit
the
it.
lucky part for us was that the prey were pretty much running all around, so we knew there weren't many predators around.
Telling you,
Exactly.
I still would have been sharpening the stick in the back.
Yeah, you didn't have any sticks. We had to go get them.
Which was even
we had to
worse because then you don't
we
know
had to
which
we
what to
had to go get
expect.
those. Exactly. But the thing is, it was a water buffalo tracks that were kind of fresh. So water buffalo, you don't want to. The guy was saying that you don't want to happen upon those guys, especially if you just see one,
Yeah.
Mhm.
because it's over. It's over before it even begins. So we got lucky. We got lucky. But I got pictures of that also, as far as how deep we were stuck in that mud with that vehicle. Whew,
Yep.
wow.
But we
But
all worked together and we
we all
pulled
worked it.
ourselves out.
Exactly.
And nobody was freaking out. Nobody was acting like a bitch. So
Not at all.
that was good.
Not at all. Exactly. Exactly. But that was cool though. And that elephant was actually nice. That was a nice move right there with the elephant. He blocked
Oh
our way
yeah.
for how long?
Oh, it was. How long were we behind that elephant? Probably like a good 20 minutes.
I think it was a little more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it
You
was
got
more
some
than
good
that. I could be
shots
wrong.
though, man. Like you got some really great shots of that elephant.
Yeah. We got some great shots of that bad boy, and video of it too.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, I'm still uploading, not uploading, but just fixing up some shots so that they look a lot more presentable.
Hmm.
But I think we pulled it off with a very successful trip as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And learned a lot more.
Oh,
Yeah.
we
I,
also like for me and Bradley like on the ground level. Well, you guys met him too, but for the viewers, like so we actually ran into a decent amount of African Americans there,
hmm.
and it wasn't like we was trying to find them. It's like 'cause they just happened to be in the area.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
funny because he just heard us talking. He's like, "Wait a minute, where you guys from?"
So yeah,
Yeah, fine.
so there's a guy. He actually owns his own sports shop. Yeah, and cool thing about him is that the president actually wore a tracksuit for him too.
Oh,
I think it's called
Oh wow.
Empanu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
could
what it is
link it.
too.
Yeah, I could link it in the chat in a bit. But like he has his own sports shop that's like made out of Rwanda.
Yeah.
But he wants to make it more international. So like he actually has a website where obviously where they do like you can buy clothes and then he'll ship it out to you and all that. But it's all made in Rwanda. All the clothing, all the materials and stuff, everything is made there. He has like a shop and then like two doors down he has like an actual like tailor shop too, like a seamstress shop
hmm.
where they like make up all the blueprints and stuff and then actually make the clothing to then get mass produced. So then we met another guy. He's been there for this guy, the guy Allen, that's his name. That was a sports shop. He's been there for about, I think he said like 2 to 4 years. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Then we met another guy named me and Bradley met another guy like further down towards when we was going to the basketball court. There's a guy there, and his name is Zaid. He has his own like little arcade lounge. So pretty much you go in there, you pay for like a certain amount of time and you can play like 2K, FIFA, or like some classic like 2D fighting games and stuff like that from back in the day and all that. So the funny thing with him that he had me laughing. He was like the good and the bad thing is that they all come in for 2K. He's like they like the Borg when it comes to no for FIFA. They come in for FIFA. But the bad thing is they only want to play FIFA. So it's like there's no no room to really essentially grow but again he's only been there for 4 months, so
Yeah. Dealing with sports, they really only like soccer, and the only
yeah,
reason
they're
they
doing
have a
well.
basketball team is because of the president, because he likes basketball.
Yeah, the president doesn't like soccer at all. He actually really likes basketball and tennis.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yo,
So that
I have to make a special announcement because the most important person in the BAIO has just came
Stop
on the
it.
screen.
Stop it. Sorry
Bell
for all the noise in the
Thanos.
background,
no,
people.
that's all right.
Stop it.
And we
Yeah,
also
I'm
got
like, this is
Helena.
new.
How you doing,
Hey, hey,
Helena?
Yes, I
everybody.
see.
Who the
Hey,
hell
what's up,
is
We
Helena?
still
calling
got a
me?
few.
Now
Every
go ahead,
time I
Bell.
get online, some motherfucker is calling me.
I
You
can't
important.
get updated comments.
I don't even know where it's coming from either. That's the crazy part.
You're the most important person in the room. Now
If
get
only
silent.
that were true. So what's
Yeah,
up, Bell? How you doing?
I'm good. Sorry for all the noise in the background. We are at one of the events here now. One of the Nigerian comedians came through at the last minute, so there's always some last minute here.
Where
So
you
they
at
decided to
exactly?
come, but the Marriott.
Okay.
On the way in the Marriott, so everyone's like in there waiting for him to come on. But you know how we black people worldwide, they always on CP time because it was supposed to start at 6 p.m. and it's now 7:21. So they got
Oh,
their live pre-show band going, which is fine. Hi everyone, I finally can see the chat. So I'm doing this on my cell phone. Sorry if I can't respond right away.
No,
But
that's cool.
yeah, your
I'm on
cousin
mine too.
just left today. We just dropped him off at the airport a few hours ago.
That dude was gonna stay,
Larry
man.
did not want to leave. He said he might come back
They
in
might as
December.
well
I said
adopt his
no.
ass because he did not want to leave.
Might as well. And I told him, I said the longer it is to leave, so be careful. And sure enough, today it was a fight to get him off the out the car at the airport.
I understand.
Dude already
I
built a life
understand.
here. He looking at he got
Yeah,
a
he's telling me he gotta
girlfriend.
holler at me when he get back. I'm like, oh damn, what's going on?
Now he was telling me he was going to chill with like the artists that we met at that dinner. You say he was chilling with them
Oh
at the
yeah, we
studio
went
and all that.
Oh,
I'm
mine?
like, damn.
Yeah.
oh, Monty. Oh,
man.
yeah.
I'm like, he was really making moves out here once we left.
Invited us to the studio. Oh, he made a lot of friends. Your cousin got more friends than me. He made a lot of friends. I was like, damn, what you been doing here for 14 days? And so
That's my cousin.
this is like his second home now. So it was so funny because even Gabby was like, out of all the people, he surprised me the most because I never imagined he would like stick around.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Black Buddha.
Oh yeah, he
she's
had a good time.
here in the chat.
Oh shit, I didn't notice that. Yeah, it's been a while.
Militants,
Somebody,
what's up?
Dada,
Hey, Helena, are you on there?
when
Yeah,
Hey, yes,
she's
I
here.
am.
Yeah.
What's up, Helena?
Hey.
I finally got to meet Helena, man. That was cool.
Yeah, after all these
Yeah,
months
yeah,
of talking
it's
over
funny.
Discord, we finally met her in person. Actually,
That's
I
so
didn't even
Is
know she was
Clarence on?
coming.
Because
I am
Yeah.
right
I want
here,
Clarence
there.
pictures.
Oh,
Oh, God,
Oh,
Clarence,
you gotta see. I don't know
Oh,
if you've
yeah.
seen him yet.
I have
You haven't
not.
seen him yet?
And what's funny
Oh
is,
man.
no, I didn't. As we drive, and every time I see like a beautiful shot, a beautiful sunset, I'm like, "Where's Clarence to take this picture?" Like even Gabby is like, "That dude know how
I
to
have
take
more.
pictures."
Yeah, I have more that I'm working on now. The really scenic ones, the panoramic. I did some panoramic.
Oh my God!
Woo, boy. Yes, I'm working on those now, stitching them together and getting everything right with them. You just trust me. When you see them, you be like, wow. So a
Yeah.
lot actually did get captured, but you still got to be there.
Yeah.
I
Still
Yeah.
can't
got to be
wait. And they'll send you. So,
No, Clarence,
how
what
much
you
did you guys
shared
talk
with me
about
so
so
far is
far?
great.
Oh yeah.
Just covering
Yeah,
what
those
people
those are
did.
good. Yeah, those are good, but we still got more to go. Plus, I still
10
got more
more.
video I have to take out the cameras. Just I've been busy with my new job, so it's coming.
That's
Okay,
good.
It's
good.
coming.
Good.
So
So let's
Helena,
see. Anyone in the chat get
Yes.
any? Oh, go ahead.
I want to hear what your thoughts are on the trip.
Oh, I didn't want to leave. That was one of the saddest moments. And then here you all were going to a soccer game, and I'm just pouting. I said, I can't believe this. I said, I want to stay, and I'm still recovering. Like last night, about 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I was falling asleep. It would
Yeah.
have been midnight, so I'm still trying to adjust.
You
But
just
it was fantastic. The tour was fantastic. Thank you,
Did you
Nadesh.
guys
Thank
get
you,
hit with jet
Gabby.
lag? Sorry, I'm
Uh,
interrupting her.
I'm sorry. No, go
Yep.
ahead.
Oh, Helena got drinking stories.
Oh, look at
Yes, she does.
I'm not gonna blow her up. I'm not gonna do it.
I
I'm,
heard.
I'm talking about what I remember.
I heard.
I
So
am not
here's
And
the
gonna
what I
blow
thing,
her
remember
up.
was
you
good.
guys. You remember when we went to Gassendi and we was doing the second boat ride, and Gabby was
Yeah.
like, "Well, I don't know if this group is gonna like it because they don't really like to drink, and the whole point of this boat ride is you get to
Uh
really enjoy a
oh.
drink on it and stuff because the way the seating was arranged." And I was like, "Don't worry, I heard Helena likes to drink and enjoy alcohol."
See now why you got to do that.
But then we didn't end up drinking anyway, so. But then
Oh,
your
what? Wait,
cousin
we
went
were
back out and
supposed
had
to
his
get
own
drinks on
party
that boat?
Oh yeah, I didn't realize that.
too, but basically could kind of thing. So, but then it
Oh, well,
just
somebody
it
should have
didn't end up
told
turning out
me.
like that. Instead,
We would have all been drunk on that boat.
oh my god,
The
I
if
had
music
you would
was
have
zero
told
problems
Gabby,
fantastic.
with
you'd have been
that.
like, you'd have been like, oh, let's get them right now because they had like the
Yeah,
beachside bars
man.
and everything ready. But anyone got any
Nah,
questions in the chat about
Well, I
Rwanda
saw.
and
Well, from what I saw,
oh,
African
make sure
first,
they
Congolese
answer?
second. He actually asked a good question.
what's that?
It said, "How did the BIO delegation come to be?" And then said, "What moves did y'all make to be recognized by the government?" I don't know if he means here or in Rwanda though.
Oh,
All right, and hold up, I'll let you answer that one because you've been doing this way longer than
Oh
us.
my God. Wait, you know what? You answer that while I get this.
uh
What?
Well, I'll wait. I'll wait for him or her to clear. Yeah, in Rwanda. Okay, that's what he or she was
oh.
asking about. Yeah. Well, you guys were
I'll
more
get
so.
back to
Y'all was yeah, y'all was more on the executive end, so y'all can answer that better than me and
Well,
Bradley.
Belle,
well,
you introduced
to
us,
be
right?
fair, I only been in this organization since last year, 2018 for sure. Yeah, it's 2019 is almost done. So it's only since 2018. The organization BAIO itself has been around for about 8 to 10 years, my estimation. Hope knows the exact number. I don't. But roughly about 8 to 10 years. Had a hard time in the beginning because it started during the Obama administration. So when everybody thought shit was cool, so then it seemed like, what's the point? So we started getting more popular since Trump came into office for obvious reasons. And, people moving more towards looking for alternatives, getting out of the US, separating themselves from this place, which is understandable. As they got more popular, which happened over the past year for sure, um, the the whole point of the BAIO, if you don't know, is BAIO stands for Black African Infrastructure Organization, and the entire point of it is our what do we call it? Our saying LIN, Land Infrastructure Nationhood, that Black people need to basically be free from others ruling us or being second, third class citizens worldwide. Land, infrastructure, nationhood are the three things that we need to basically accomplish that. So that's what it is. That's what we're working towards. It's a big, big long-term goal, but we're still in the early stages. So trying to get people together, people who are interested, people who want to separate themselves and control their own infrastructure, control their own industry, making sure everything's black owned, and even down to basic infrastructure like plumbing to avoid Flint, Michigan situation. Um, all of that is basically falls under LI. I'm going back and forth in the chat. Sorry, but I'm just trying to
No, sir.
keep up. But anyway, so I hope that summarizes up a little bit. Anyway, so one of the big things, obviously, we want to do this on the African continent. That would make the most sense because we're not trying to do this in the U.S. You can't build a nation within a nation. U.S. infrastructure is already built. All of that is already done. There's nothing else we're going to add to it for ourselves. There's no way to add to it without white Americans owning it, basically. So the African continent is, the primary goal because there is so much development going on. There's still so much untouched land and so much untouched development that the opportunity is here. If you're going to do something like that, the African continent makes sense to, kind of be first on. So our idea to go to Rwanda basically was going to getting a blueprint, so to speak, getting an idea of how to do it. What's the example that we would use? So many of us hear stories of African nations, African cities that we think is, ideal for us, and then we find out it's not. You worry about corrupt government and what your money is going towards, and some places are not very developed. So there's a lot of fear with that. So we wanted to go to a place that would set a really good example for what we want. Hence, how we came to visit Rwanda.
Exactly.
We do, yeah. We don't want to build a nation in Rwanda. That is not the case. That is not true. It's more so BAIO to get established all over the continent and actually in the States, actually all over the world, to be honest.
I
To
agree.
have like our own space that we can all kind of connect to and have our set nation that represents us as Black people. So if something happens, you have backup to, have a place that you could be patriotic about, that you love, that's your, like your land, your place, and you have the passport to.
Would
Did
you
she cut out
guys?
for me?
I
She
All
think
did.
that.
so.
So,
Yeah. Would you mind? Would you guys? Would you guys mind explaining or going into detail with the executives that you guys met? Like, how was that
the
experience?
executives. Okay, so we met different ones for different, completely separate things. None of them are really connected. So we initially met with a property developer because he owns a huge lot of land. I don't know the exact amount. I know he told us, but it has gorgeous views and it's just magnificent. Like there's so much more development he wants to do, and he's looking for people to come and like invest and any basically his plan is any amount of money would work. Actually, Hope, your cousin met with him again. I
Yeah,
think he's getting that
yeah.
apartment
He's
that the
supposed to
guy
be.
He
showed.
said he was. Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to be
Yeah,
telling me about it when he gets back. I just want to say
yeah.
one thing
He's
before
gonna have a day
before
with
you
me on
go
the
on.
phone. Yeah, sure.
We met with him, like property development. We met with
Yeah,
the business development, and
board.
we also met
Yeah,
with a senator.
Mhm.
And all three of them said the exact same thing. We want to do business with African Americans.
Yes.
yes.
So
Yes.
there goes that talking point. Smash the fuck.
Oh, can I add on to that talking
Oh yes,
point,
they did.
Smash? Can I add on
Gone.
to that?
Go ahead.
Like my
Go
whole
ahead.
the whole 10 days we was there, I've literally seen probably like 20 Asian people.
Right. And you saw more
There's
than me. I
not
saw like a
there's not
handful.
much.
So and they wasn't like some elite Asian person either. I even saw them shopping at black stores for sneakers and shit.
Most
At
of them
first,
was at the club, Patrick.
yeah, yeah. so
Yeah, oh yeah, I
it's,
saw one at the club. Yeah, I went to. Oh
yeah, there
yeah,
was a
that's
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
VIP
yeah, yeah. We
section at
did.
one of the clubs we went at. And there was, I guess, it was one of
It
their
was like three of
birthdays.
them there. It's about three
Yeah,
of them.
it's like
Oh
it was one of their
man,
birthdays.
I was out and about and with me and this other girl, and I saw this Asian group, and he was messing with this black chick over there, and she was like this Rwandan girl, and she was looking like she was not having it.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was
yeah,
kind of funny.
yeah. Because like even like the girls that we met after he was about to leave the club, they was even talking about how they don't even really fuck with Asians like that either. So all that Asians taking over
No,
bullshit, in Rwanda especially, no.
It's like the younger crowd just don't fuck with him that much.
no, they don't. But I mean, the key is what I usually tell people. I'm like, just come to that. Just go,
Yeah,
like, go to these countries and see for yourself. Because like
yeah,
that's the like I couldn't. I'm sure what you guys experienced. There's no way I can explain that to you. It's
yeah,
very hard to put in words what you're gonna experience and what you're gonna see and how you're gonna feel about it
True.
when you get here. Because in some place you see it like there's prostitutes here too. They just
oh
their game is
yeah,
look a little bit tighter. Like they'll hang out in restaurants and bars. That's what they are,
Oh
you
no,
know,
yeah, we definitely peeped them. We
prostitutes.
peeped them.
Yeah, there's still some people here who do, and those prostitutes, their target is usually white men because
Yeah.
most of the money.
Oh yeah,
So
most definitely. I definitely
that
saw that.
happens. Yeah, it's not like, sacred ground, like, oh, everything is perfect. It's not. But it's like, it's not the things that you care about. It's
Yeah.
just like, wait, there's so much other positive stuff going on
That it overshadowed
domestically
like
when
it.
Asian dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see other,
Yeah.
Yeah.
other stuff going on that is way bigger and way more important and bigger project. And you're like, I could give a rat's ass about these, little white people here, little Asians or Europeans, whatever. Like no one is people mostly unbothered by them. But what else was I gonna say? Shit. Yeah, but no, visit for sure. Oh, we were talking about who we saw. Yes, we
Yeah, the
met,
executive people. Yeah,
like
the
Holub
high.
said, we met with those executives, and when we, basically gave them the spiel of what we're interested in, they were all in support of it. They was like, no, we want, like, just let us know, and we'll make it. We'll help you make it happen. Like, we want to see African Americans come and do this. Like, who else better than you guys? You don't have to worry about giving our stuff to Germany or having Germany come and invest, because there's a lot of that, or people from Belgium or any European country taking advantage and come and invest. They want to see it come from African Americans.
Oh, and let me just add this. This is coming straight from the source. This came straight from the senator. And this was like, I had a lot of highlights on this trip, but I think this one is probably like my favorite. Bell had mentioned to the senator that I wanted to meet Paul Kagame. And his
Yeah, I
response
remember that.
was, well, had I known you were going to be here, you could have met him during this trip. He said, but if you want to meet him, the next time you guys come, you got it.
Yep.
Cause that's the
Yep,
thing. Like
it
when
can
we
happen.
yeah, because we got shown around, right? Me and Bradley, like the actual city part. Now, to preface this, he actually lives in like the city part of Kigali. It's like a little
Right.
suburb next to where Bell is at right now, the Marriott.
Hmm.
Probably like another block or so. It's like a little suburb that like a road that goes to like a little suburb. He lives. She's not like he lives
Yeah,
next where she's at right now. Like he's in the cut.
that's his city house. Yeah, that's the presidential palace where he lives.
Yeah,
He has another
yeah,
house.
like
Actually, you guys saw it when you guys went to Akagera. You
Yeah.
passed it.
Hmm.
It's
yeah.
like one of those
Yeah,
mid
we did.
islands that. So that's his country.
But yeah,
But
he
yeah,
definitely is
he
in the
stays in the
cut.
city. He sees
Yeah,
everything
he's
going
very
on.
accessible, and I'm going to definitely take
Yeah.
advantage of that the next time we go.
Yeah.
Oh, for
I
sure. I
also want
mean,
to talk about some on the business tip. Because I've written a whole report about it, and on the business tip, because even between the fun, I was peeping a lot of stuff while I was walking, and while we were staying in the hotel, walking down the street, we were observing construction,
Yeah.
and I could see a need for like codes and safety. Like the trades would be good. You can do a immediate move if you wanted to. Like the building code
mhm.
safety, they were importing construction companies from different countries. We saw Rwanda is lagging behind on the quality of work, because when we were in the hotels, you can see that outlets were kind of off center. Um, you A lot of stuff wasn't leveled. A lot of the stuff didn't look right, and there was hanging wires in some places that you can see,
Right.
which back here is like a no-no. And then you got
Mhm.
door locks installed the wrong way, and construction safety was just neglected. The building layouts I seen were not uniform. Many houses and buildings were built on unlevel ground. And even when we went to the village, you can see houses built on the sides of mountains, and I'm like, mudslide, and that's it.
Right. Well, no, and honestly, that was already taken into account in some areas. So the focus now is still in Kigali. Like they're buying out people who are on like on side of the mountains. They're buying them out because it's dangerous
Hmm.
and the risk of mudslide. It's a slow process, but actually it's happening faster than most black countries. So I can't even complain. They haven't made themselves outside of Kigali so much yet. If someone wanted to do it, no one would stop you. So the like Bradley
Yeah.
pointed out, the opportunity for business is big here. Like I kid you, I lie to you not. I am not a business person. every day I walk out the house, I think of something that could be used here. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna open up this shop because this would be nice to have here. Like I was even telling them a place to get like glass jars that girls need in their kitchen for like flour and to hold stuff. It's
Mhm.
not easy to find here for some reason. But like when I looked online to get it, apparently I can get it in bulk in large supply from a manufacturer in like the UAE, I think. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll open up a shop and sell glass jars. But that's just one of the several business ideas you can
Yeah,
come up
Yeah.
with
yeah,
here. And
I
I think that's Africa wide. Like you go anywhere on the continent, you'll see a need. And from what we know. And so like definitely coming here to invest and it doesn't take much. It really doesn't. So I have a few business ideas that I'm gonna work on in the near future, hopefully.
Oh,
and
that's another thing too. With the conversion, like with financials, like the conversion is pretty simple too. Like it's just a lot. It's like three
Yeah.
zeros. So essentially 1,000 because their currency only goes up to 5,000. That's the
Right.
biggest bill. So
Right.
essentially 5,000 Rwandan francs is $5. That's how we took it.
Mhm.
So every 1,000 franc is $1. So it's not like it's like a big like conversion difference.
Yet.
Like it's easy to
Yeah.
understand the conversion. So
Yeah. When you get up in numbers, it gets up there like set like more like 80,000 Rwandan francs estimates closer to 100 USD.
yeah.
So like the number gets a little bit more as we go. But guys, I'm gonna cut this short because my bundle is running out, and I don't want to cut off while I'm talking to you guys.
All
I'm
right.
gonna try to come in and out of the chat at least, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
bye everyone. I'll try to do another show another time because I'm getting internet installed in my place tomorrow, so
Okay.
I can definitely do something later. But take care, guys. I will
All
catch
All
up
right.
with you later.
I will see you
All
later.
right.
Later.
right.
Bye,
Have a good
guys.
one.
Yeah. And off what you're saying, like with the business ideas and all that stuff, like I know Dundada just said, what do you say, business
Construction
consultant,
consultant. Yeah.
construction consultant. You can do contracting, and this can all be and come taking it back to the BAIO. This can all be something we can do like in the middle of next year. We can kind of start this stuff up because what? How many days does it take to start a business? Hold up.
No, hours.
Six,
6 hours.
He said
six
like
hours.
6 hours. Yeah, even from
Yeah.
here,
Hours.
it takes 6 hours to start a business. I mean, if we could
Mhm.
come in, talk to the people we need to talk to, and start getting these contracts and construction, we can actually build a portfolio for the BAIO, and we can
Exactly.
kind of start in Kigali and expand out to like the Congo, Nigeria, Namibia, South Africa, Kenya, and we can, and since the BAO, we have a lot of trades within the BAIO. We have people to pick from to kind of come be like foremans and stuff like that, and just do different uh jobs for one business.
To bottom line it, Dundada and Dawood can leave America right
Right now.
now and
I
go
would
Yeah.
over
leave with
there.
them because I can quit my job and I'll leave with them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
Brad.
can
Yeah,
they can
Bradley.
start
Bradley
something
ready,
right
bro.
now.
Like I
Bradley is
said,
ready to
I
go.
got my bandana on. I'm in the back of the car with my AK already. I've been in the gang for one day. I'm ready.
We gotta have a serious sit down talk with Dundada, Ali, and Dawood.
Is the Woo listening right now?
The
No,
Wu.
he can't. He texted me. He said he's with his mentor today.
All right,
He's gonna
cool.
listen to the archive.
All right, cool. Because he would definitely benefit the most
Hmm.
out of this.
Yeah, every hotel we were in had security immediately at the front door.
Oh, that's another thing too, guys. Yeah, like it's a good and a bad thing. Or it's not. It was
Yeah.
not. There's no bad. It's just a little annoying.
Hmm.
Security in Kigali specifically is fucking like insane.
They don't
Like
play.
like
They don't play.
they take that very seriously.
Yep.
Wherever you go, you got to get your bag scanned
Hmm.
Yep.
or you scanned.
Mhm.
They don't play that. Like it's again like it's a bit of annoying. It's a little annoying, but you get it, and you also feel a little safer too because with all these checkpoints.
That's the thing I wanted to point out is that despite all the security and all the guys with guns and all that stuff, I never felt a heavy military presence.
Same
Like
here.
it
Exactly.
wasn't
Yep.
Or
obtrusive,
threatened.
right? It
Or
wasn't.
threatened. Exactly. Exactly.
They're
Like they
there
were
to do. They're there to do a
legitimately,
job.
Yeah,
exactly. They were like legitimately there to look
Welcoming.
over the people, and that's what they did.
That's right.
Hmm.
Like yeah, they also pretty young too. Like they mainly like around my age, like early, like in their 20s.
Hmm.
They
Hmm.
can only go
So
till 32.
yeah, so it's like it's not
One
like
sign
you
up.
had yeah, so it's not like you have like older dudes that's trying to abuse they power. It's the youth that's doing it. So and it's like and they be there all night too, posted up,
Yep.
ready to go.
Yep.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Like they like you don't even see them slacking, like sleeping and nothing. They be ready, like they ready to go for anything. So
Yo,
Exactly.
Pat, tell them about the ball game.
oh yeah, so we mentioned earlier, right? How we met the African American guy, Alan. So that was actually on our way to the basketball game. So I think it recently opened too. So since Paul Kagami, since he's a big fan of basketball, he made like his own like sports arena in Kigali, called Kigali Arena. I got some great footage and pictures. We all do actually. So one of the locals, she actually took us to the game because it was a final. It was a tournament that they had that the National Basketball Association in Rwanda they have every year. We went over there. It's like any other arena. It might be better than the Garden, honestly, design
That's nice.
wise.
Yeah.
It was cool though. Like you saw like the little cheerleaders. Everybody was hyped. They actually knew what was going on, which I was shocked at because most countries they like soccer more and don't even play basketball. So I was actually shocked that they knew like all the calls and all that. Um, it was actually an African American guy that's actually on one of the teams too. I forgot his last name, but his first name is George. But like it was funny because we all knew like who which because the local she told us like one of these guys is African American, and as we were watching, he did something, and we all knew like yeah that's him, like that's the one. So it was cool. We actually and get this because we actually after the game we met the whole team that won, and get this y'all, it was 3,000 francs, right, which is $3.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
got fucking VIP access for $3, bro.
because Fiona knew
Incredible.
somebody.
Yeah, like cause the local she was dope, man. Like she knows everybody because she's a model.
We call her the queen pin.
So yeah, like she knows everybody. So she was like just utilizing her clout to get us behind, like to the locker rooms and all that. Actually, I think Jamal actually met one of the players prior to the game at a bar, so he already had that connection there. So
And we also saw him. We were doing something. We saw him like coming back from practice, and we just kind
yeah,
of talked to him a little bit too. Then
yeah, he's from North Carolina and all that. So
Yeah, we were actually on the court. I thought somebody was going to tackle us. If we was in the state,
if he
you
was in
can't
the
walk on the
garden,
court.
yeah, if he was in the garden, it was like, where the hell y'all going?
We went right back to the locker room, no problems.
So, but yeah, like it was a really cool experience, and they love American like hip hop too, because
Yeah.
when they play in the halftime, they play OT Genesis. I'm in love with the Coco. They lost their shit in the arena. I'm like, damn. So
Yeah, it's a nice to
Yeah.
me. It's a nice like for somebody who's African American that never been to the continent before. It's a nice first trip for you.
Yes, it
yeah,
is. Good
Yeah.
introduction. Yep.
because it's an easy transition because it's like everything modern that you used to hear, they pretty much got. And I was saying that the whole trip too. Like, they have everything.
Hmm.
They just need some things to be tweaked, and they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
because they really don't need anybody, honestly. Because the development is already good on its own. They just need some things to be tweaked a little bit, and they're fine. And
And I
that's
was
why,
saying,
and that goes back to what you were saying earlier about how they said they would rather do business with us because that's my biggest thing. The main people that's complaining about African countries going to like Europe and Asia for help to get things built are the same ones that aren't even trying to draw up a plan to actually be that person to get the contract to then help build
hmm
Not
said
trying to do
nation.
Hmm.
anything but
Yeah,
complain.
he's just
Nothing but
complaining.
yep.
So it's
No,
like
but it goes beyond complaining. I think too. I think it's as far as what they'll do is they'll go to one of the European countries and then complain about the African countries.
Yeah.
It's
And my
crazy,
whole
man.
thing is like, it's just like, it's like they would rather do business with us, like as they said
Yep.
verbally. But
They made that so clear to us. I mean, throughout the entire trip. I think it's important just to combat that narrative that our Captain American Negroes love to throw out, that they hate us or they don't want anything to do with us, and
yeah,
we're American. Listen, they want to engage. Period.
yeah,
There's
And the
no
key
question
point,
about
the key point to it is they want to engage with us. They
it.
don't
Exactly.
need to. Because
Exactly.
there's other ethnic groups that's taking full advantage of it. We can do that ourselves. So like they would
Yes, indeed.
prefer to do business with us.
Yep.
because
And this
like
is coming straight from the source. So can't
yeah,
nobody tell me no bullshit.
Yep. I don't hear that anymore from them. Don't want to hear it.
because the thing is like if the people don't have that skill, then obviously I'm gonna go to the people that have what I
Right.
want for my country.
Hmm.
If they're
Exactly.
not black, then obviously I'm still gonna go to them because they still have the skill necessary. But
Exactly.
if I can find a black person that has the skill, then obviously I'm gonna go to that black person that has that skill for what I need.
And we got to change, like when you're in America, like this whole thing about buy black, I understand what you mean when you're in America, but when you're in a black country, anywhere you go, you buying black because if
Yeah.
it's a business there, they're paying taxes to an African government.
Hmm.
So
So you don't have to ask, well, is this a black owned? It doesn't matter. It's gonna go if they there, they're gonna be paying taxes to that government because they control everything.
Hmm.
No Chinese are in control. No fucking Arabs are in control. Do they do
Nope.
business with Arabs? Yes. Do they do business with Chinese? Yes. But
Yep.
they never see one of the things that this is a point that I want to make too. African Americans seem to be, we're concerned because we don't want anybody to take over Rwanda. Trust me, you ain't gotta worry about that. Because
Right.
the thing that makes us attracted to Rwanda is that they know what it's like to get fucked by the
Yeah.
international community.
Hmm.
So the very
very
last thing you
well.
got to worry about is Rwandans giving away the shop in their own country. That ain't gonna fucking happen. You got more to be concerned about your African ass here in America.
Exactly.
Be
Absolutely.
concerned about that. Don't be worried about them. I think they got this.
Yeah, they give tax breaks if you manufacture in Rwanda. They give big tax
Hmm.
breaks. You
Yeah, I'm not worried about Rwanda. I'm more worried about us than I
Yeah.
am them.
Yeah. That mentality is through and through. It's like, yeah, we own our shit as much. Excuse me. We own our stuff as much as possible.
Hmm. But
Okay.
I would have to say that with the meetings that we actually had, when you hear people say stuff like we rather do business with the African Americans, that really, to me, it set a tone, but it also made me feel really, really good to actually hear that because they're trying to get rid of us technically no matter where it is that we go. But when you hear some people embracing that we have the skill and we rather do business with you,
Yeah.
trust me, it really makes you think and makes you really happy to actually hear some people that actually want you and what it is that you can actually offer. Because over
Yeah.
here, forget it. They'll try to fire you behind for something stupid. But over there, you can start a business in 6 hours. Just make sure you dot all your I's and cross your T's and have a plan. And that's when your 6 hours will begin for the most part, as far
Yeah.
as starting a business. You do have to go with a plan. You can't just
Hmm.
go over there and be like, oh, well, I'm going to start this. Like, no. They want to know exactly what it is that you're going to do. You have to have a plan from start to finish.
Yeah, because what is it called? The Rwanda Development Bureaus where you go to get
Yes.
your business started.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
RDB.
there's a whole building where pretty much even the African Americans that we met, they go there regularly to like make sure everything is in order or if they need help with certain things. So it's like you can physically go to the building that's creating the businesses that you want
Hmm.
as well. So
And I feel good because we have access, man.
Yes, we do.
We have access. I mean, could you? I know for one thing, if somebody from Rwanda was coming over to America, I couldn't promise them they're going to meet the president of the United States.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think his words were, "We'll get it done. We can get that done." It's like
Yeah,
no
Hmm.
problem.
If we can meet the president of Rwanda, then we can
Whew.
easily get some government contracts. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. And trust me, the next trip we go on, we're going to meet him, and I will be
I,
there too
I
on
can
that trip.
say
I
I
can't
love
wait,
say
man.
that.
I
Love
can
it.
say we can go earlier than later on some business tip.
Yeah, that's why I said I got
Yeah.
to talk to Dundada, I got to talk to Ali, and I got to talk to Minister Dawood. Like those are top three on my list of people that we really need to have a sit down conversation with. Because
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff, we can't obviously go over on the live stream,
yeah,
but there's some
Right.
stuff that we really need to talk to them about. Like,
yeah. Because
I-
I'm ready.
yeah, it's like, and I'm talking like immediate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it can happen immediately.
Yeah,
Right.
So
you can
it's
start
like,
making money and start funding other programs that the BAI wants to do, or start funding other businesses and
yeah.
institutions.
African first, Congolese second says, what do I need to start a business? I'm trying to be ahead of the game.
A plan.
First you need a business plan first.
Right.
That's first and foremost.
What's your
As far as
business?
that,
What business do you want to start, and what's your plan? Because the process, like once you get your business incorporated, I guess the process for starting one there is like 6 hours.
Hmm.
But again, you need to be approved for that. They're not just approving everybody
Right.
for that. So
Right. But they trying to eliminate all the
all the
the
fluff.
right.
Yeah.
So it's not difficult at all, and it's not, like I said, if you have a certain skill already, then you can just basically write your own ticket right now.
Yeah, you can.
yep. Hey, everybody needs electrical. Hey.
Yes, they do.
I think my cousin snatched up one of those houses, y'all.
One of the girls was
And I,
showing
I
me.
can't blame him because when I went there and they showed me, like we went to the apartment condos overlooking Kigali,
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
and we went and sat out on the terrace. The only
Oh.
thing going through my mind, my cousin was teasing me. He's like, "Well, Mark, what is it? Is it going to be Flatbush or Kigali? Which one?"
Yeah. He's like, I know it's a hard decision.
I seen some nice houses for $70,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
man.
prices are
You
still. Oh.
You're talking about a like I just want to visually explain this. You're talking about a 3-bedroom condo with 3 full bathrooms
Yep.
and 2
Yep.
terraces
Yep.
Hmm.
overlooking Kigali. You can go out on your terrace, sip some tea, and overlook Kigali. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the fuck am I doing here?
And the view will not be blocked. They're not build.
No,
They won't be able to build in front of
no
Open.
that.
high-rise buildings blocking it.
Nope.
You get to see, and
It's
you can't even
open.
capture that skyline. That skyline
Yeah.
puts New York
Oh,
City to shame.
it's gorgeous.
Hmm.
Gorgeous.
And
Lush
I'm not even going
green.
to tell you.
Uh-oh, dude.
Like I said, they had to pull my cousin from that place. I think they had to force him on the plane.
I know
Yeah,
how he felt.
I would love to have seen that. Because that mean they had to drop him off and they sat there like, yo, I mean he sat there too, like, damn, like, do I
Yeah.
really want to fucking
I understand because that plane ride back was like miserable.
Yeah.
This is where I'm in a plane full of white people now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going back home. I'm in Amsterdam with all these
Oh, I
white
didn't even
people.
tell you. I had to get loud. I had to get loud on somebody in
Yo,
Turkey.
bro, yo, son, yo, this old white dude. I was telling my mom and my sister because I told him on the Wi-Fi. Yo, there was this old white dude because my plane went to Uganda first, right, to refuel and then clean up. So there was a bunch of white people, I guess, that went to Uganda for some reason, and they was getting on the plane with all they like gear and shit and all that. So as we get to Brussels, I'm trying to go past this dude so I don't gotta be behind him because he had a cane and shit. So I'm like, he gonna be walking slow and shit. I'm like, I just want to just get to my gate and chill. Come and be there for 5 hours. So I'm trying to go past him. I'm saying excuse me like a couple of times. Yeah, like he don't know how to speak English. So I started tapping him. like yo, can you like go in your aisle so I can move past you? And he's like, you can't go anywhere anyways. Like where are you trying to go? Because once you go, they're gonna stop you. And I'm looking at like, so you did hear me. You just being a fucking cunt. So I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I know that. I just don't want to be behind your ass. And then mind you, he was already hitting me with his book bag and shit before I even stood up. And I'm like, I'm letting it rock. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, cool, fuck it.
Yeah,
He
you know, like
old.
when you get
And I'm tired. I'm like, fuck it.
you know what, like when you get to the gate, and it was like, you know, like they were checking the bags would be like while you were going through the gate.
Yeah.
And so like every time like there's a little bit of movement, this guy was like real amped up behind me. Oh, move! They're moving forward. Go for it. And so like one time like he touched me. I said, "Yo, dude, calm the fuck down." I had to get into the angry black man mode in the fucking thing. Do you really want me to punch you in your fucking face?
Yo, like that's what I was telling my mom and my sister. I'm like, yo, like they acted. I'm like they acted different now because we in their continent. I'm like, I know for a fucking fact they was not acting like this when they was in Uganda.
Oh no!
So I'm like, don't try to act different now, because me, I don't give a fuck what continent we in. I'll slap the shit out of you.
Exactly.
So
and the same motherfucker when we got on the plane, he was the one that was, you know, like you always got this one person that can't get their shit in the overhead compartment and holding up everybody.
Oh yes, I had a couple of those. Yes, indeed.
The flight attendant was like looking at me, rolling her eyes at him. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. This guy's a fucking idiot. But that only happened in Turkey, like because these niggas is mad excitable, man. It's like, calm the fuck down.
Yeah, bro. Brussels out there. I'm like, yo, I'm like just sitting there, like, bro, don't make me smack the shit out of you.
Brussels, yes,
bro.
that was
like,
me coming
stop.
over. Yep.
Like, please don't make me do this, bro. I already don't want to be here, so don't make me like, don't make me stay here. Like, maybe do something that's gonna make me stay here even longer than my 5-hour layover.
Yeah,
so
that trip back was some
Yo, and is Clarence still on?
Yeah, he's
there. Yeah, I'm here.
Yo, Clarence, remember homie from the hotel was actually met us at the airport.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
the
cool.
service there was so cool, man. We had to tip the dude just because it's like, come on, man.
Exactly.
They really went the extra mile for us, you know.
Yeah, I tipped him too.
Yeah, I just wanted to tip him anyway because I tipped some of the other guys, but I didn't get to see him because he wasn't there. Because he had took out my bags to the room like the previous day, and then that same day when we got back. So yeah, cool.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too with the tipping. I actually didn't feel bad about doing it. Like I actually wanted to tip him.
Exactly.
Because that's the thing. Like they said that tipping is not really a thing there.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
So you know you don't really have to, but you know what? We're from America, so it's like, yo, I ain't gonna have you. Like they would refuse to let me carry my bags and shit. I'm gonna tip your ass, man. I'm tipping you for that.
Exactly. Somebody asked a question earlier in the chat about how much money you actually have for to get some land.
I wouldn't think it's a lot.
Yeah,
No,
we didn't really go over like any hard prices in there. Like I just know that like that apartment condo overlooking the city would have been no more than $1,000 a month. No more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it was really compared to what we did on the cheap.
Right.
Yeah.
You're talking about like if you were to have a condo overlooking the New York City skyline, you paying anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 a month.
Yeah. Easy.
Exactly. And then you got that land overlooking 2 airports very soon.
Right.
Oh, right. That's right. That's right.
That's
right.
That shit is hot right there.
Mm-hmm.
The local and the international.
I bet I would not be surprised if my cousin come back with a deed.
Like, look what I got.
That dude was sold, man. He was sold. So was I.
I'm so jealous. He got another week. I'm so jealous.
Actually, about the land, what I heard this is from Alan. I don't know how true it is, but this is from Alan. He was saying like buying land, it's going to be a hassle to buy land because you don't know who that land is owned by, and it could be owned like by one of the generals who own a lot of land in Rwanda.
Yeah, after the genocide, after everything was said and done, for the RPF, apparently the land got broken up into like by the other generals that were in the RPF with Kagame.
Yeah.
But we didn't do any more research on that though. After he told us that,
Mm.
but I was just I guess it's just information to know. But
Yeah, because he said you
Well, I
could
think
be
that's something that
sharing
got to be
land
looked
with
into.
people.
Yeah, but see, I heard another story as well, which needs more research as well. I was told that you can get land depending on where you are. It would have to be outside of Kigali for about 10,000, and then take another,
USD, yeah.
yeah, about 10,000 USD, and just start. You could start building, slowly but surely. But you can start building, but that'll be your start.
Well, like they said, it's like the first or second safest place to invest in Africa.
Hmm.
So it's not a lot of shenanigans going on there because they want to make it safe so that they can get people to come and invest.
Yeah. So
Oh, somebody asked if we actually been to the museums. Yes, we
Oh,
Yes.
have.
yes.
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 Yeah. I
Oh,
have
yeah,
more
you know
pictures of
what? I
that than
Quite a
completely
I
few.
took
forgot to
pictures.
talk about that, like the Holocaust Museum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's so crazy how that whole thing went down, man. Like just looking at the whole history of that genocide
yeah,
Yeah.
and how those European nations basically created some genetic difference between the Hutus and the Tutsis.
when
The
there really
Belgians
isn't
did that.
nothing. There's nothing genetic about it.
Right. It has nothing to do. The distinction had nothing to do with genetics. It had to do with who had cows and who didn't.
Exactly. The
it's
have
just a
cows and the
class.
have not cows,
It's a
which
class
is
system.
crazy.
That's basically what it was.
That they
Hmm.
somehow turned into an ethnic group based
Right.
on their facial features, which
I think
I laughed at because I'm like, so pretty much. So to preface this for you guys, so a Tutsi is somebody that has is the ones that were getting killed. Now a Tutsi is
right.
the more wealthier class because they have more cattle,
Right.
and
Right.
Hutus were the ones that have the least, like under 10 cattle, right?
Right.
Right.
Now,
Hmm.
obviously, if I have more food than you, I'm going to be bigger than you. So that's what all these Europeans came and started doing this pseudoscience, saying like they were like their faces were rounder and shit and all that. But it's like, yeah, if I have more food, I'm going to be bigger than the average person.
But the
So
beautiful thing about it is because they know the history of how that shit went down, it's on some never again type stuff.
yeah,
Exactly.
Like I said, they know what it's like to get fucked. And when you know what it's like to get fucked, then you have a nice healthy suspicion and a nice healthy paranoia. That's the thing that African Americans have in abundance. Suspicion
Yeah. No.
and
yeah,
paranoia.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes,
Exactly.
indeed.
And actually it's a good thing because that means we don't go for the fucking okey doke.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My favorite museum was the the Parliament one.
Oh yeah, that was dope.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Because you got
when
more information like of how important that building is, and then how you actually saw the blueprints for Paul Kagame's battle plans
Mm.
and how
yeah
he
those
Oh.
slowly took back the city.
yeah those guys were outnumbered, outgunned. Like the French trained the Hutus. Like these guys, well, there was like what 600 of them
Yeah, he's the
versus
third
thousands
battalion. Yeah, there was 600, and they
under
slowly
gun.
took back the city
Yeah, and
easily.
they took back the city, started taking their weapons and using them against them.
Mm.
And yeah, they saved people, and it like the Europeans. You saw what the Europeans had done. Like they would only come in and get their people out. Like the
Yeah,
woman with the
Right.
baby was like, "Hey, this is take my baby so he can live. I'll die, but the baby can live." And they were like, "Nope," and they both died.
yeah, like
Like
because they actually took the UN. They actually took over the soccer field that's near the Kigali Arena, and they literally only took because apparently there was 10 Belgian peacekeepers. I think they ended up dying. I
yeah, they
think,
died. They
but
got tortured and died.
yeah, but they initially like they only got them out of like they tried to get them out of the country. Only them, only those 10 people, those 10 white people,
Mm.
and then they still ended up dying. So it's just like it was just a better, more behind the scenes view because there's even in the Parliament building, there's still some bullet holes there that they kept on the building.
Yeah,
Like they
Yo,
didn't
did
seal them
they
up.
did they talk to y'all about Kagame and the Congo? Did they get into that discussion with you?
Not really, but I asked. So, because the lady was saying like towards the end of like taking back the city, they was talking about how some of the Hutu extremists went to Congo or Zaire at the time And so I asked her, I'm like, so the Congolese government, they knew exactly what was going on or who was coming into their country, and they didn't stop them. And she was like, yeah. And then I thought about it because I'm like, isn't there something going on in the Congo right now? Like, I think like there's like a slight civil war about to happen or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But
Well,
she's
from what I've heard of what we talked about, basically like they say that the Congo is sitting on about $24 trillion worth of natural resources and wealth.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
And basically for the most part, you have the place fundamentally run by warlords.
yeah,
So like everybody talking about the Congolese government. The Congolese government is bought and sold.
Mhm.
You got warlords who have Mercedes Benz and BMWs that can't even ride on roads because they don't exist.
Exactly.
So when somebody wants to put out propaganda against Paul Kagame, my first question is, so are you pro warlord? Is that what it is? You pro for warlords having control over $24 trillion worth of wealth? Is
Mhm.
that your
because
position?
it started making sense to me because I'm like the only people that actually African first Congolese second actually wants to get on, by the way. But I was like because it started making sense to me why, because I'm like the only people that I hear talk bad about Paul Kagame are people from the Congo. They're the only people that I hear actually say anything bad in regards to him. And then
Are there
after
people? Is it actually people from the Congo?
yeah, well they're not from there, but they were
It,
there. They were living there, but they mainly are Congolese and they have a problem with them.
I also heard someone told me, I'm not gonna say who it was, that because I told them that even in the UK and stuff, there's a lot of Rwandans that talk shit about the president, and they were like, "Okay, I understand because we have some criticisms here too, but we can't say much about it."
Yeah,
But
that's
there,
we did get some of that too. Yeah,
but it makes sense for the Rwandans why they would do something like that too, but. Because there's a lot of Rwandans I see in the news feed. They talk shit about the president too. But on the other hand, you do have a president that knows what he's doing at the same time. Because even though some certain freedoms are kind of suppressed, people still
Okay.
love him.
Hey,
Like
yeah,
it
Miss
makes sense.
Diane.
that's like the general
Hi,
consensus that I got from people.
Hey,
how are you?
What's going on?
Diane.
Hi, everyone. Long time
Yeah,
no
Hello.
see.
Yeah. Miss our group already.
yeah, that ain't Kigali.
Nope,
That background.
New York.
it's so cold and rainy and ugh.
Yeah,
But anyway, it's a good day.
You on a bus or you on a?
no, I like shit in the car.
Oh, she in the car.
Oh, I just
Yeah.
got into the car, so get away from noise.
I'm trying to send a message to African First, Congolese Second. I do not know how to do that on here.
Yeah, I see it in private chat, but I don't know.
Oh, well, African First. If you can get to private chat, I put the link in there so you can jump on. I don't know how to send it to you directly,
I'll
unfortunately.
just put it in the chat because that's the link. That's the link, right? Yeah. So I'll put it in the chat. So yeah, just click that or just copy and paste that link and then just make your temporary account.
Yeah.
Hey, Diane, how did you love this trip? Uh-oh.
Oh, she there?
Your mic's,
Oh,
yeah,
she
Yeah,
you're
went.
she's
muted.
there, but it's not picking it up. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I think she's muted on her end because her
Yeah.
mic is open.
Say, Diane, you're muted.
Boom.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, there he is. What's going on?
I know it says maximum 6 people, right? That's okay. He might not be able to get in and holler up if I'm. Wait a minute.
Oh yeah, it's only
Okay.
I think it's 6 people you can.
Yeah.
I see Diane's lips moving, but I don't hear
Yeah, I was gonna say
anything.
she's typing in the private chat, so I'm letting her know we can't
Yeah,
hear.
yeah. She said she's
Oh,
gonna just sign off. All
Oh,
right,
okay,
Diane.
okay.
If
peace,
anything, you can just
Diane.
write to us in the chat if anything. We'll see it.
Let me get. Let's see. African
Yo, what's
first,
up? Can you hear me?
Congolese second. I
Yeah,
hear
we can
you.
hear you, bro.
Like,
Go ahead.
okay, so I just wanted to talk about a brief history of the Congo because what happened is in in the 19 in 1997 when our, when we had Mobutu as a dictator,
Mhm.
uh, he he was basically ousted out of power from Kabila's dad, and Kabila's dad was when he was running the country, he ran it for 4 years. He got assassinated by his dad. I mean by his bodyguard in 2001. But meanwhile, the Hutu rebels and also people from Uganda and Burundi were fleeing into the east of Congo because they they were trying to escape the punishments that they they'd faced from their governments for their basically war atrocities. So they
Yeah.
fled into the east of Congo, and then um in 2001, Kabila's son took over. This man was like super corrupt, like he was paying warlords and all that stuff. And then there was wars also, but the war is now only in the east because it's been suppressed by our new president. The war is now only in the east. Like the rebels don't have, they haven't captured the cities or anything. And and so yeah, we can't really blame Kagame because Kagame really had shit to do with it. It just the war was because of the rebels from neighboring countries fleeing into Congo. That's why there was conflict. So I wanted to say,
Cool. That's what I heard.
yep.
That goes right in line
But
with what
because
we were told.
like that's the thing that again, like I was saying before, like that's why I was like it was making sense to me when we actually saw that, like actually at the Parliament building. 'Cause I'm like, yo, so this is why some Congolese people be acting weird because they're not really probably not even from Congo originally. They probably are the Hutus that left and then just spreading propaganda in that area, and now they just happen to have the biggest voice.
Exactly.
But
Like
About the most
in
negative,
the
I haven't really heard anything negative about Kagame from the native Rwandans. The
well,
only
you wouldn't
critique.
because that's the part of the law. I don't think they could really speak out against the government like that, like we can here.
Well, the thing about it is like just knowing, just like being amongst the people and hearing what the people are saying. The
Yeah,
only real complaint that I ever had is that like um they're not for like just what do you call it, like extending the terms,
yeah,
but
Oh. Mhm.
the people wanted him back.
yeah, the only
You
thing
know,
they complain about is like they they just say that Kagame is not really democratic, but he's ran his country well and stuff.
right?
And
So they're
also,
like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, they don't say anything about Singapore and their dictator.
Right.
yeah, Lee Kuan Yew, whatever. Okay.
but that's because
Yeah, and
he's
also
running the country in the way that they like it. So,
exactly.
because again, all these like it depends on how every nation has a different ways of being ran.
Hmm.
So everybody democracy doesn't really work for everybody
Exactly.
necessarily. So if a
It don't even
dictatorship,
work in America.
yeah, so if a dictatorship is working fine and people like the person because he's making a better quality of life, then obviously they're not gonna complain about him.
It just irritates me when you think about they were recovering from a genocide. I mean,
Right.
what people could just going to sit around the table and be democratic, quote unquote. Come on,
Yeah,
it doesn't make any. I mean, the trauma, and
And how
that's what
about
you're
this?
thinking.
How about this? Your democracy produced Donald Trump as your president. So
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you
you
need to
go.
sit the fuck down and shut up. You the
It's
last
not
people
even
to
a
be giving
democracy.
advice on anything.
This is more
Oh,
like a
actually,
dictatorship.
since we're still talking about the Parliament building, we actually found out like after the fact, after he stopped the genocide, he didn't even become president. He reinstated the person I think that was next in line because the Hutus killed the president.
Right.
So the person that was next in line, he was his vice president
Right.
instead. So it's not like he ended the war and said, I'm taking this shit over. He was
Yeah.
just like, all right, whoever was next in line legally, that was voted in properly by the government, they're next in line. And if they want me to be with them, then fuck it. And that's what he did. I think he became president. I think he's been president since 2003. So
Yeah. The
Mm.
uncomfortable truth about dictatorships is that in a lot of cases they're needed to stabilize the region.
Yes, they
See
are.
Saddam Hussein.
Yep.
Hello.
You see what happened after they got rid of the strong man, right? How did a
yeah.
good old fashioned American democracy work after that? So it's like this whole they try to like superimpose their values on the entire fucking world when they need to just mind your fucking business and get your shit straight. You ain't even got your country straight and running and work in order.
Well, that's the truth.
And I'm just
It's not
surprised
about that.
of how
It's not about
Rwanda
that.
can bounce back like that. They lost generations in that genocide.
Because
Like
there's a
they got
massive gap in generations.
Oh,
But
I am Lucy. If I am Lucy is in the chat room, she put me like there was some bootlicking Negroes that had a live stream on.
Yeah.
And I said in the live stream, I wasn't even throwing haymakers. I just threw a jab. I said, being in Rwanda let me know just how cowardly these black men are in America. These people were able to come back after a fucking genocide and get their country straight. And you got these people calling themselves ADOS that can't even build a dirt road.
at least they got dirt roads
And
in
then and
Rwanda.
and then in the live stream, this is what they did. Oh, who's this nigga? Who's saying this shit? Come on the show. Da-da. Nobody disputed what I said though.
Like that's what's actually fucked up about it. They literally have paved dirt roads in Kigali.
Right,
At least they have that.
right.
So-
Build me a dirt road, then you can start talking shit. And I'm gonna say this for the record because they said something about fuck Africa and they hope Africans die. And then when somebody said fuck America, then they was like, oh, you can't disrespect my ancestors. I'm like, isn't that rich?
It's amazing.
Isn't that rich? That's
Ugh.
so rich. Fuck America. Fuck America.
And,
You heard it straight from me. And if you don't like, I hope you get offended, nigga. Fuck this country. Ancestors. You must be kidding me. You gonna talk about fuck Africa and then at the same breath talk about, oh, you disrespecting my ancestors?
It's funny because it's like they same ancestors that they don't want you to disrespect. Well, probably let's look at that they as like y'all niggas is crazy.
Yeah.
You disrespecting your ancestors more than I am.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure your ancestors would have expected you to build a dirt road by now.
Or be back.
And like I said, being in that country is so like this. It's so ironic. Your issue was Hollop being in a black country. Now that I've been to a black country, you done fucked up now, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just answer this one question. I don't know if this person is a troll. Yeah, you saw it too. Yeah, yes, there's Asian people there in Rwanda. There's not an abundance of them. I only saw like what 10, and they're not even like elite. Like they're not doing anything. They just living there.
Well, let me talk. Let's talk about that. We saw white people there. We saw Asians there, and guess what? They were on the mad humble.
Yeah.
Yep.
We was on tour when we went to the museum. It was a white dude that was on the as a part of our tour,
yeah.
and he was very uncomfortable, and I love it.
Yo,
yeah.
at the Genocide Memorial, yo, Bradley could tell you, yo, I was fucking sitting there.
Oh, he was mad. He was mad.
Yo, I was sitting there fucking just mad. I'm like, why the fuck are y'all here? That's what I kept thinking, like, it's going through my head. Like, why are you here?
There was this one lady. I think she was Rwandan, and she was kind of crying, and she was looking at the white people, and she kind of like chuckled, that sad chuckle. She's like,
Wow.
You can tell it's like, why are y'all even here?
Yeah.
Like,
But
when I went,
Hold on. What did you notice? You and Helena. Where did you notice the most abundance of white people?
Where were they?
At the
that
coffee
church.
shop.
Oh yeah, yeah, at the
Oh,
coffee
you know
shop.
what? That's
That's true.
right. That's right. That's
That
right.
is so true. Right at the coffee shop.
When we did coffee tasting, you talking about that?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
that was the most abundance you saw the asses.
Yo,
They were
Louis,
sporadic everywhere else.
Yep.
Louis Luck. The fact that the Chinese are there and the Indians and all the other people don't get distracted by that. That doesn't mean any. Listen, nobody is going to be isolationist in this day and age. We always going to have to do business with other cultures and other ethnic groups. The point is, are you looking out for your own best interests, or are you letting people just come in and raid the joint?
Yeah.
Right.
And that's not happening in Rwanda. So you can put your mind at
Oh,
ease.
you remember what he said at dinner when that white woman called them monkeys?
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
that was fucking
Oh,
awesome. That was awesome.
yes, yes.
So
Tell that story.
I'll tell the story because this I was just like yo, this is beautiful. We
That's
all
good.
felt the same way, which is funny. So because we're in a black country, right? They don't have. Well, let me pull it back. So there was a German bank, I think, right? It was a German bank that's in Rwanda. One of the employees leaked the email between the executives, the German executives in the company,
Mhm.
where they was calling them like the people, like the Rwandans, monkeys and shit. And it got leaked and it made the newspapers, right? Now the funny thing is, which is not surprising, the Ugandan lady, not the Ugandan lady, the German lady, she's married to a Ugandan man.
Hmm.
Now the thing is that made him awesome, right? This is why this is fucking awesome. Since they're in a black country and they're the majority population and they control everything, they didn't have any laws against discrimination because they don't have to worry about that because everybody's the same. So what they ended up doing is there's no laws. They gave her 24 hours to leave the country.
Love it.
And 23 of them were gone.
Already
Gone. That's great.
He was like, yo, that is fucking amazing.
So
Because the
that's
They
guy,
why.
did they did the Dolomite on them. You got 24 hours to leave this town, and 23 of them are already gone.
So
Bye
that's
bye.
why white people and Chinese were on edge. It wasn't like any other African country where they can do anything. You go to Rwanda and do that shit. Hey, you got
You be
24 hours.
checked.
Fuck out.
You be checked hard. That's right.
That's why I said, man, y'all done fucked up, man. Don't let you. Yeah, I actually got a chance to spend 10 days in a black-run country. You
Oh
can't say shit to me now.
man. Mm-mm.
exactly.
Whew.
Exactly.
That's good.
And
Oh,
you
you
can try
they
all
act
the
different over there.
fucking stalling tactics, all the Chinese, all the white people, all the Indian, fuck all of them niggas. None of them ain't doing. They not busting one grape in Rwanda.
Oh, and where the land at? The infamous
oh
where
yeah,
the land
oh yeah. There's an abundance of land even in Kigali.
at. Ooh.
Like,
And the thing that really bugged me out is that Rwanda is not even that big.
yeah,
Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
But you could have fooled me.
shit, yeah.
For real.
Yeah, our 5-hour trip to Lake Kivu, yeah.
For real.
And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I was like, y'all talking about this is a small country. Wow.
Oh, one thing about the infrastructure too, the roads, because I don't think have y'all taken the motos yet,
No, I
or
don't
have
think
y'all?
I did.
no.
Now
We
you took
taking
the moto, yeah. No, hold on, we took the moto, the bike.
the bike.
Oh
yeah,
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 of course,
yeah,
yeah. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I did.
I had to
Oh,
peep out that there was no potholes or cracks in the road.
Yeah, that's what I noticed too. He brought it up to
Mhm.
me. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't realize that there was not one pothole
No, that
at
wasn't.
all.
And they get you. They're very efficient too, getting
Yeah.
you where
Oh
you
yeah,
need to go, and it's not really that expensive.
not
Yeah,
at
No, it's
all.
not. And they don't cheat you out your money. Like it was from here to the Kigali Tower was like how
what,
much was it?
1500?
40
1500?
cents.
It was like a
A
dollar
total?
40 cents.
fifty. Now for
Yeah.
us, it was like a
40
dollar
cents.
50.
wow.
40 freaking cents.
And you can probably even take them down to probably $1.
Yeah,
Yeah. Take
Please.
out $1,000.
Because
and
the people we were with, they always took down the price for us. So we were like, okay,
oh
cool,
yeah, yo, the
cool.
girls we was with, yo, they was big homies because they was
Uh,
like, yo, they tell them straight up, yo, 5,000, and they'd be like, no, because they would
no,
recognize me and Bradley
that's
not being
tourism.
from there,
Yeah.
and she's like, yeah, they only saying that because of y'all. She's like, I'm not playing that with them.
And
So she's like, no,
she feel like they be
5,000 everywhere we
arguing and
go.
stuff.
Yeah, we like, yo, go ahead, do your thing. We just going to sit back, you know. If it get a little too out of control, we got you. But until then, handle that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5,000 ride would turn into 1,000.
Yeah, we had
Exactly.
some good people with us that looked out for us.
Yes, indeed.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
One
yeah,
thing I
man,
need
I'm
to say
ready.
though, one thing
Go
I
ahead.
want to say is that the food over there, the food is freaking good, and
Yeah.
it tastes like food. It's not genetically
Delicious.
modified like that. The
Right.
food tastes like freaking food.
Oh,
That's what
Fresh.
it tastes like
Fresh.
over here.
yeah, two
Yeah.
things on that,
Exactly.
right? Yeah, so
Exactly
two
because they're
things.
growing their own.
Hmm.
Well, three things
Bro, have you
on that. So we
bro
actually found out that they actually get the food directly from the villages, like where we was at.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
they actually do business with it. They're not just living there isolated. Like they actually, the government
Yeah, they
actually
have an
takes the time
economy.
out, yeah, and goes out to the mountains, get food, and bring it back to the city.
Yeah, they have an
Yeah,
that is
economy
true.
going
Um,
on. Everybody's involved. It seemed like, and that's what Clarence was saying. Everybody's involved in the economy. It's not like
yeah,
there's, and not to say that there aren't poor. There are some poor people there. You will
yeah.
get some
Hmm.
I
places where
haven't seen
people
any
will be
homeless
asking you
people
for
though.
money. Not homeless,
Just poor.
but
They
there's
got somewhere to
poor.
sleep though, but they
Right.
they. But
Yeah.
well, I got some information on that too. It's very simple, but it's just because that's apparently it's illegal to be
Hmm.
out in the street like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's
So they're
illegal
all
here too.
yeah, but they take better care of their people
Yeah,
there than
and
Clearly.
here.
to answer NDR's question about the cleanliness of the city, yeah, it's very clean because
Oh my God. It
don't
Oh
makes New York
yeah.
look like a fucking garbage
yeah.
dump.
I was
It
talking to
does.
somebody and she was saying like she had some friends come over to Rwanda at the end of the month. Everybody cleans and they were in the club.
Hmm.
So when they got out the club, like in the morning,
It don't
the
matter.
security, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it don't matter. The security goes like, you clean,
Right.
and they were like, we got to. They were lying. They was like, but we got a flight to catch pretty soon. It's like, don't matter. You
That
clean.
don't mean nothing. You better pick some up. Oh yeah, I preface that too. Like I was actually, if you're gonna drink something, make sure wherever you at, finish it there. Because once you leave, it's impossible to find somewhere to drop that shit off.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
hard.
Like there's no garbage cans like
Yeah,
that.
they don't use plastic either. Everything's in glass
Yeah,
bottles.
so it's like I had to like carry my bottle to a fountain like a recycle like center to put the bottle
I
in. I'm like, oh my
saw
god.
one plastic bottle. In the time that I've been there was one plastic bottle that was in the gutter, and I saw it right before it got picked up.
Yeah.
That's how clean it is. It's like I said, I'm not exaggerating. It makes New York City look like a garbage dump.
Yeah.
California too. Exactly.
Even
It's probably
even the poor areas is clean.
it's
Yeah.
probably one
They
of the
are.
cleanest
Yeah.
cities. It's probably
The
one of the
village
cleanest
areas,
cities
the
in the world.
gutters are all clean. It's like crazy. And they
Yeah.
have an elaborate gutter system for the water.
Yeah,
Even though
I think it's one of the.
I was a little scared because some of them do have grates, but I guess most of them got pulled up. Because when we was coming back from the mountain, I'm like, please don't, because like all it takes is one little inch, like one wrong turn or one wrong bump, and we in this gutter.
Yeah, but they seem like they
Right.
have a handle on it. They have a
Yeah.
handle because they're used to it already.
Oh,
Yeah.
and one more thing. Also, don't. Well, you can, but I say it's slow. The month of April is slow in Rwanda.
No, it ain't. Yeah, apparently in April, because that's when the genocide took place. They was telling us like, don't like that's probably not the best time to come.
Hmm.
Oh.
So they was like, yeah, like anyway, every other month is fine. April though, that's when like the energy
Yeah,
gets weird.
yeah. It's no
So
partying, not that much partying, and all that stuff. Like it's kind of like a
Okay.
remembrance thing
Remembrance.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
for
am
the whole
Lucy. The
month.
gutters are open.
Hmm.
Gutters
They
are
are
open
open.
and
Oh
yeah,
clean.
yeah.
and they're deep.
They're clean. They're clean. There's
Yeah.
no
And
smells or
clean.
anything coming from them.
Everywhere
Yeah,
we saw.
No
Clean.
garbage, no nothing.
Yep.
And I
Exactly.
saw
And it,
locals picking up stuff, even
even
like just
outside of that, yeah,
right.
just peeling up weeds and stuff like that. I'm like, okay.
Which
mhm.
gets back to
And
what I was saying. When people have their own, they tend to take care of it. If
Exactly.
it's not theirs, they don't give a shit about it. See America.
Oh, but back to the food thing though. So well, for me, it was fucking me up. I was scared to eat like more than once a day. Yeah, I don't think I have to go any further with why I was doing that. But also like with the girls we was with, we was telling them about like the food here because she asked us like if we had any traditional food, and I was like, yeah, I'm like, tastes really good, like tastes really fresh. And she was like, "Really? It tastes fresh?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, because I'm like, back home, everything is like genetically modified. She's like, "What's that?" I'm like, and I had to sit there and explain to
Exactly.
her and give her an example of what a genetically modified
And
piece of fruit was. And she was like, "Really? That's weird." And she's like, "That's really
and the
weird."
funny thing is, I think that kind of messed up my stomach because we're so used to eating that genetic stuff and
Yeah.
like getting fresh food like that all day long is like kind of messed me up.
Yeah, they had me eating tilapia. I don't even eat tilapia.
I don't eat
Ooh,
tilapia either,
But that
but it
I
was
was tearing that
good.
tilapia up, man.
yes, that was good.
I had some. We were going to this place, Yuma Shuma, Yuma Shuma, or something like that. Basically, it's just a whole platter of goat.
Mm.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
we
pretty
know
good.
you good.
Oh
So
yeah, I was killing them brochettes the whole trip.
Yeah,
I
man.
didn't.
Basically, it's like those brochettes, but it's just a whole big platter of goat. We both shared like that little platter. It was cool. I would say it's a
Mhm.
couple's dish.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like
But
even
something
with
else too.
but
It's
even
not.
with that, like it was just like
Mhm.
they it was like because they also had a lot of questions too. Like in regards to like us, like in the diaspora. The
Hmm.
main
Mhm.
thing was, well, one of the girls actually like legitimately thought that
Came
we
here on
we
our own.
came to America on our own willingly,
Wow,
and we just
wow.
now just complaining about it. We was like, we laughed because it was like she wasn't joking, like she like literally believed that, like she really thought that's how it was. We laughed and we was like, no, that is not the case at all. Like nobody, I'm like, people now are coming there willingly, but initially no. And then we had to get a little gruesome for her. And even at that, she didn't believe how people was getting hanged and stuff like that. Because she
Wow.
laughed. She thought I was over exaggerating. I'm like, I mean, me and Bradley looking at her like, no, like this really was happening and still is happening in the country. And like she just like once she saw that like how serious we was, it was like she was like she was like she just got instantly sad. It was like, damn, like she's like they really fucking with y'all like that over there? Like, damn. And then you have some people that like they obviously they do know what's going on. With her specifically, it was interesting. She actually knew what was going on in Haiti, though, like with what they're doing right now.
Oh,
Mhm.
interesting.
Like she actually mentioned that. I'm like, wow. I was shocked. I'm like, shit, you know what's
And for
going on
that,
there?
I kind of think it's kind of like a language thing because everybody there knew like 4 languages.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And French being
Yeah.
a
Like
big one. Yeah,
French
yeah.
was a big one
yeah.
Mhm.
So
because
it was
every.
just, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
I was just saying everybody knows English, French, Swahili, and
Swahili.
And
Mhm.
Key
Kinyarwanda.
Swahili.
Rwandan, yeah.
Rwanda, yeah.
But yeah, like it was an interesting just into like the questions they would asked us to like one of them was like about like the whole nigga thing that's being the thing now how, with all these non-black people like about us putting them in their place when they say it now and them
Hmm.
having a
Hmm.
problem. Because one of the girls, she asked like, why do you guys have a problem when non-black people say it when y'all say it all the time? And she's a Tutsi, so I told her, I'm like, well, what's a derogatory term for a Tutsi? And then she told me, I can't remember the name, and I said, how would you feel if I said that to you, or a white person said that to you out of nowhere, coming up to talk to you? And she's like, I wouldn't feel good at all. And I'm like, okay. And and making it relatable and made her understand even more why
Right.
we would have a problem with it. So it's like, but the thing I noted, I found out too in Rwanda, because I know a lot of people tend to always forget about this. So they do know about a slave trade. It's just not ours. It's what happened on the East Coast with the Arabs.
Oh, okay.
Ah, yeah.
So they do know that one, but when it comes in regards to Europeans, they don't know too much about that one. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, at least I know that because I'm like, that's the first one that kickstarted
Hmm.
everything. So they're like, yeah,
Mhm.
we know that one very well.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, what I was going to say is about the what you notice over there also with the people is that if you pay attention to sight and sound, you'll find out that there are really no dogs.
Right. I've been saying that to people who ask me
Yeah,
about just
I
some
heard one
peculiarities.
dog. I heard one dog, and I didn't
One
By the
see
dog.
it.
hotel.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I heard it.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
there are
goats.
a few, but you have to be rich in order to have
A
in order
dog.
to have those dogs. But
I,
you'll
I,
see
Hmm.
goats, you'll see cows, you'll see sheep,
Right.
you'll see practical animals that they may use in their everyday lives
well, it makes
versus
sense
a
because
dog.
they don't herd anything.
Hmm.
I guess it just
So they
never
really
caught on.
don't need those. No, they just don't really. They really don't really. They don't need them like that.
Yeah,
But I think that's one of the rules is you have to be rich or
yeah.
be wealthy, shall I say, in order
Or
to
just
be able to
have
own the dog there.
or just have time for them because they do work a lot, so they don't really have time for dogs
Yeah.
and cats.
Oh yeah,
That's true.
Rwandans, yeah, they work really hard. So like
So
they don't
yeah,
play when it come to work. Like
if
they
you
be
got
on it.
money, you probably got more leisure.
Hmm. And
Well, when we
everybody
went
gets
to
up in the
the,
morning.
mm,
Hmm. And I say everybody gets up in the morning, take their crops where they got to go up a hill, push them on a bike. They got their bushel of bananas or whatever it is that they got to
oh
sell,
yeah,
and everybody is going to sell. Everybody is going to do what it is that they need to do, which is the reason why I was saying that everybody has a piece of the market over there. Because if you have something to sell, you go to the market, whatever market is close to you, I guess, and you sell what it is that you have. That way, the food is cleaner, it's better, much healthier for you. The people have a piece of the market, and the corporations are kept at bay because the food is being grown and produced by the owners, by the
Yeah.
inhabitants of the land, and not by like Dole and all these other stupid companies out there. The
Yeah.
people have a piece of the pie. They all can have have their own wealth versus you got these conglomerations of stuff just killing you with the food.
Yeah, I
Mm.
didn't actually now that I think about it, I didn't see none of those companies in regard to fruit. It was only just by the locals.
Yeah, because when you look at the when you're riding along the road and you go outside of Kigali and even inside of Kigali, you take a look at the mountainside. You see nothing but crops. The food, the people are out there growing their own food. I'm talking about way on all these high hills. You'll see it just nothing but strips of crops.
Oh,
You
oh,
see
actually, I got
trees,
some information on that too.
everything.
So
Hmm.
the girl that I was talking to, she was saying like it's actually mandatory for everybody that have their own house to actually have their own plot to like grow food.
Hmm.
Actually, so it's not like they like dependent on somebody else. They actually have it mandatory for people that have a house to actually put some land aside to grow their
Hmm.
own stuff too.
They do.
I'm like, oh wow,
Absolutely. Yeah.
okay,
And I think that's excellent right there because you can feed yourself if you don't have a place. Well, I guess everybody should have a place to stay for the most part. But as long as you have your land, you should be able to feed yourself as well.
because that make no
Go
sense
to
why
the
you
store
can't.
or whatever. Right. Plus, you got people around you.
Yeah,
Who
so
you'll be able to go to if you need like eggs or whatever the case may be. You got your neighbor next door. If you want some kale or whatever the case may be, or your corn or whatever, you got your people all around you, literally. And you even have smaller houses that actually have crops and things like that growing on them as well.
yeah.
So I thought that that was something that was excellent because over here in the U.S., you don't see that. You see corporations, and some places you get a fine for growing your own stuff.
Yeah. Well, I know now in New York, they pushing like now rooftop gardens
Yeah.
where pretty much is like you turn your rooftop into like a garden, as the name entails. So like I know a lot of like even like these big buildings are doing that now too.
Excuse me.
So, but yeah, the people are nice too. Like you can have conversations with anybody.
oh yeah.
Nobody
Like
really was a tough guy. Nobody was a
yeah,
tough guy.
nobody was like intimidating at all. Even like the big muscular bouncer dudes, they were cool too.
I was gonna say at
Everybody was
Kigali
cool.
Arena, they were kind of sizing
Yeah,
y'all up.
we go into the clubs and we'd be like, he'd be like, "You remember me? You remember me?" Like, dude, I was drunk. I don't know.
Yo, I legit had to tell what I'm like, yo, bro, I probably do, but when I met you, I was probably drunk, so I'm sorry
I,
if I don't.
I remember one time in the club, he was like, "Oh," because he was seeing me dancing with everybody, all these girls, and he's like, "Hey, hey, hey, there's this girl. You want me to help you out? Want me to help you out?" I'm like,
Hey,
"Hey, yeah, okay, cool, cool." Yeah. Hey,
they was always like trying to invite us to go to their house and meet their family and stuff like that. It's like they like genuinely kind.
Yeah.
people are, yeah.
So
No, and I
nobody
just like
there.
that.
Yeah, nobody there was trying to like prove themselves because we was from the States and nothing like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
Well, I just like late at night how you could walk with ease. I mean, there was
Oh
no,
yeah, nothing
the
happened.
kids were out, which was interesting, but
Mhm.
very nice.
When we
But
first got
the kids
there,
were
it
out
was,
of school too.
yeah.
Yeah.
When we first got there, we were kind of sketched out about it. It was like nobody really was gonna mess with you or nothing. There wasn't even street lights in some corners.
Oh,
Right. Right.
People going
it was
about their
hard.
business
Yeah,
though. People just
yeah,
going about their business.
yeah.
like near the hotel, for example, like there's no streetlights there, but they ain't worried about you.
Right.
Helena got me out on the dance floor.
Listen to you.
Yeah, apparently, according to Larry, that's a highlight for you.
Yeah, you don't get me out there too often. I was like, hey, let's do this.
Shit, it was
That was
popping that
fun.
night too.
Yeah, we had a good time that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially,
absolutely.
especially Patrick.
Oh yeah, I saw Patrick.
Okay.
I had a girl try to take me home. I disappeared for a little bit. It's like, nah, I got to get back to the group.
Mhm.
Yeah, every lounge we went to, the girls was loving me for some reason. I don't know what
Yeah,
it was.
he was a superstar, man.
There you go. There you
Absolutely.
go.
How?
Oh shit, Kexi is in the
Yeah.
chat. What's up, Kex?
Kexia.
Quailism Shaka. How was
Oh
the
yes, I'm
police?
seeing now. I am Lucy, Chima Madu,
The
Dandada.
police, we mentioned
All
it
the
earlier.
stuff.
The
All
police,
right.
they like
They
you
posted
see
up with
them.
their AKs, FAMASA shotguns.
Yeah, they got like all the Call of Duty weapons you could think of, bro.
Yeah,
They ain't pointing them at you. They just ready to.
They're
they
not.
just posted.
Yeah, they just
They ain't
posted.
even looking at you. They just I seen some dudes. I'm walking by him and he's just on the phone having a conversation.
So like
I haven't.
they ain't worried about you. I probably do know. I seen like probably one thing, and I think we just missed the incident. I think one incident
Yeah.
happened with like what they have. So one of the cell phone companies, which I thought was cool. So they have because they do minutes, right?
Mm.
So if you're running low on minutes, there's like these booths around the city where you can go up to these
All
people
over.
and then get like some extra minutes for your phone. So I think something probably happened at one of those booths, but it seemed like whatever happened, I got dealt with immediately because everybody's posted up everywhere. So
Yeah, you seen 3 officers. One had his hands in his pocket, the other one was talking, and one was just looking. And when we walked by, it was everybody
it
was
was
cleared
gone.
out.
Yeah, it was like so.
I don't know whether y'all realize this or not, but November was sort of like a game changer for Pan-African groups. Like we was in Rwanda, we was in Nigeria, we was in Ghana.
Yeah,
There was a lot of groups in Africa in November.
Oh yeah.
yeah, because Dynas had his tour. Actually,
Yeah.
ironically, I actually ran it on my way back to JFK from Brussels. I actually ran into a brother that actually knows about Dynas.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh shit. And I told him because he watches them every now and then, and I told him how he actually became a Nigerian prince. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. Like, you can look on his channel. He had the whole thing.
I found
He's
out that
like, wow.
last time Dynas was in New York, he's staying literally a few blocks from my job. That's why we was able to meet up last time, because like I get off at 8 o'clock, I just went over there to the hotel and
Yeah.
we ate breakfast together.
So
Yeah, but going back on the police, like I didn't see no traffic tickets. I didn't see no police stop
Well,
anybody.
yeah. Well,
hell, I
saw
barely even saw cop cars.
Yeah, I think our driver
we
got
saw
one.
He did.
Yeah, I didn't even see cop cars like that, like actual patrol cars.
Right,
I probably
right.
saw like 2.
How did he get a ticket?
He was driving like 60, maybe 61, 62 kilometers.
Yeah.
I think I was
Supposed to be
asleep
going
when he got his
60.
ticket, so I can't confirm
Yeah.
nor
He
deny
must
it.
have been
Yeah, I
wild.
think
Y'all,
most everybody
y'all were
was.
knocked out.
Yeah, we
Y'all
were
were
all
knocked
knocked
out.
Of how they drive and he got a ticket?
down.
Yeah, they're
because
strict
it
on
was like
that.
a speed trap. It was a speed trap.
The
In the
names
chat?
are the
Yeah, I was
names are
about to say.
relevant. Yeah, so the bus transportation, we actually got some more information on that. Me and Bradley. So they do have buses. Like they have like modern buses. I was
They do.
laughing because all of them they be packed. That's how it is for me when I go to work and come at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they're color coded. So every color means that they, aside from like what they say where they're going on the top, but it's color coded for a reason because they all go to different regions of Kigali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we actually saw the bus depot too. So
Yeah, the taxis are more expensive, and they'll cheat you. If you take a Yego taxi, you can tax them. Hey, put the meter on, and it'll
it'll be a
reduce
lot
your costs.
cheaper. Yeah.
But the way the travel would be the moto, which is just the motorcycles, and it was pretty nice. People were scared of them at first, but when we actually got on them, and it was pretty nice. They're
Yeah.
cheaper and faster, and it's just
It's fun.
yeah, feel
And
the
there's
breeze.
also because they also at night is even more fun. But the things with them is that they take their training very seriously with the
Yeah,
motorbikes. Cause one of the guy Zay that has the arcade, he was saying like, yo, like I forgot he said if it was like June or July we would have came, we would have saw like 1,000 bikes.
yeah,
Cause
all on the
apparently they
corner.
have like every 6 months they have like a training.
Yeah, safety briefing basically, so everybody
So
gets briefed on the new laws and stuff like that.
Right.
And we seen little mini ones when we were walking. Like there would be like a lot of motorbikes around this one guy, and he has a microphone, and he's just talking to him.
yeah.
And
And that's something happens, they actually get reprimanded badly too if they
yeah,
get
they
into
get
an
their
accident.
license pulled.
So it's not like that. So they ain't trying to kill you on those
Yeah,
bikes.
and they don't check
No,
you
they're
out
not.
your money and then like that. They yeah, you can actually, if you ride on one of them, you can tell them, hey, go slow or whatever.
Or go
And they'll
faster.
yeah they'll accommodate.
And don't
But
forget they're actually going to be moving to electric
yeah,
soon.
and with the
Yeah.
taxis too, there's 3 taxi companies. So you have the Yago, which is like the cheaper option. Then there's like I don't know what brand this is, but because you could tell by the kind of like the cars they use, because most of the cars they're like from the 80s. If you see any car that's like in the last 20 years, it's because they got some bread. Because most of the cars they're like from like the 80s and 90s.
Hmm.
So like you have Yago, which is the cheapest one. Then you have one that the hotel kept calling for us. And then the more because they don't use Uber, because even I found that out too from the girl I was talking to, because I got a notification from Uber on my phone and she's like, what's that? I'm like, you guys don't have Uber here? She's like, no. She
They
said
use
we have
Move, right?
yeah, they use Move, which is their own thing, their own cab service, like Uber light service in Kigali. So which is they only use Volkswagens only. So you could tell based on like the cars, like which cab company someone belongs to. So
Yeah.
The name's
Plus
irrelevant.
their
The
Volkswagen is
biggest,
there.
the name's irrelevant. Mostly a lot of motorcycles.
yeah.
Yeah,
If I
Lot of
was to live there, I'd
motorcycles.
probably invest in a motorcycle myself.
Yeah.
Me too.
Honestly.
I'd be scared,
Yeah.
but I'd do it.
moto's the way to go.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, like, because there's so many of them, the people that have cars, they're used to them. It's not like
Yeah.
here where like there's more cars than motorcycles. So
Mhm.
like the chances of you getting in an accident is very low on a bike.
Right.
Yeah, they know how to maneuver. It was incredible watching that.
Yeah, because also too the people don't go that fast either. Like if there was an accident, everybody would get out of it fine because they don't go that fast to cause any
Mhm.
real damage.
Yeah, nobody's really any speed. I didn't see any speed demons there.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, it can't. Everybody's too close together during the day.
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
lot of pedestrians, so you got to be careful of that. And they seem to navigate it pretty well.
yeah.
Yeah, hold up.
So
Good day, brother.
Hey,
hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm the officer. How you doing, hold up?
what's up?
Hey, the officer of the damn law.
Oh, the officer of the damn law, man. Hold up, seriously, I enjoyed your commentary with Diners, when we're going after them ADOS, because them ADOS people tend to go after me on my channel too.
Mm.
Telling me to shut up, telling me, I should keep quiet, I should stop talking. I'm like, yo, the whole ADOS thing to me is like, please, master, can you let me shine your shoe? That's just the whole ADOS. That's how it rings in my ear when
Wait, is it ADOS or is it what's the other one?
FBA.
Foundational
FBA.
Black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
God.
one? And let me tell you something, officer. I didn't give those Negroes two thoughts when I was down there.
Yeah,
I don't even
actually,
know.
Yeah, because Bradley out of the loop. He ain't worried about them at all.
No,
But
I'm worried about getting to Rwanda. I don't care what
yeah,
y'all got talking about.
Yeah.
I don't even know
like
what is what now.
I don't even know
like
what that means. Foundational Black. What
I
does
don't
that
like.
mean?
I don't get it myself because are you saying that you guys are the best black in the
Whatever, man.
world? I don't get it, man. Like when they say that, I'm getting
I just get tired after
because, like,
ADOS. I'm just like
hold on,
I'm just tired,
yeah,
you
hold on,
know,
because
because we
I'm
all
Nigerian,
everybody's
right?
working so separately to whereas you get a people who just went through a genocide about 25 years ago,
and
and they
got a
operate
thriving
more
nation and
so
city.
like a unit. Exactly, they operate just about like a unit. And here, the more and more you hear about this group and then that group, who's on one accord?
None.
Nobody.
Who's on
These
one accord?
motherfuckers love white people.
They love
Let
Nah,
me
white
say it
people.
for the record. They love white daddy. They
They love
love it.
LOVE.
they love crackers so much.
Cause
They love
how much
white people.
figuring out do you have to do? Like that's why I said the white man is not the devil. Anybody that tells me that the white man is the devil, I'm challenging you. You don't believe that. You don't believe it. It's no way in hell you would let the devil control your water supply and your food supply and your roads and your highways and electricity and you
Oh
wouldn't
yeah.
let the devil do that.
Uh-oh.
Yes, sir.
But you would let your father do it, your daddy.
Oh, oh yeah.
So
Oh
you
yeah.
know, it's a lot of rhetoric and a lot of stalling tactics and a lot of bullshit that I just totally didn't even think about when I was down there. The only thing I was thinking about was opportunities.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Exactly.
Yeah, because
And the
I was looking at my top, like my feed. I'm looking like I just like genuinely did not care. I'm like, because I'm like, I
Yeah,
know what the solution is.
right.
I just don't want to do it.
24 years. You coming out of a damn genocide and you able to turn that shit around and have a developing nation in
Hmm.
24 years and these motherfucking foundational ADOS, whatever the fuck you want to call them, can't build one dirt road here in America.
oh
One.
shit. Oh shit.
And you got the
Yeah.
Hmm.
nerve to be talking about fuck Africa. No, fuck you, nigga.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They call
Hmm.
Shit,
Like
I
I'm
was
a
in.
debate. What am I debating about? What is the debate? What
I'm
if I debate a Negro? Can somebody please tell me what the point of the
police
debate is
brutality.
going to be?
Yeah, there isn't a fucking point. There ain't a point. It's just who's going to get the most talking points.
Right.
That's
It's
it.
a
And
waste of my
the most
time.
people to cheer, most people to cheer, like, oh, he got you. Like, yeah, seriously, but you're not listening.
Yeah, the thing is that
Craziness.
we
Yeah,
also have
I
a
don't pay
lot of
attention to debates like that.
we
I'm
also
just
have a
like,
lot
y'all
of
just move on.
people that claim they're BIO, but also they're ADOS. You know, they're like double agents. A lot.
Oh, I'm not even worried about that. To be honest with you,
And when
not
I was
even worried about it.
in Rwanda, anything that was going on in America, I'd be like, oh well, I'm over here. It's nice weather. It's 20
Hmm.
degrees over here, and it's 70 degrees here. So yeah, I can handle that.
And only really
Yeah.
2 seasons out the year.
Yeah,
You
two
know, you got your
seasons,
dry
like,
season and your rainy season. Exactly.
Oh yeah,
That's it.
all the
and you
continents.
got hot, and then you got less hot.
Right.
Yeah. And even the rainy season ain't bad because it'll rain like cats and dogs in the morning, then be bright and
Hmm.
sunny in the afternoon.
And then
Exactly.
be nice weather in the night at night.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hmm. Listen,
I
I would
hated
love to
that.
be over there. I would love to be over there and just to stay there because the air is cleaner. The
Yup.
green is just staring you in your face. It's just like, dude, this is where you're supposed to be. You got crops
Man,
everywhere. You got black everywhere, which is what I really love.
Hmm.
And I'm out
Hello.
here in California, and you don't have that. I live out here in with a lot of Asians. I'm in the Bay
Mm,
Area, so
yeah.
I'm literally just miles away from San Francisco. So listen, that's all you see is white and Asian. That's what you see.
I just want to say this. I am Lucy. I understand you're a little bit angry about me, but I don't talk shit about Black Americans. I talk shit about sites. Okay, I don't get why she's angry here. Like, yo, hold your horses, man.
What's happening?
I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, what's
So
going
I
on?
am Lucy saying that I talk shit about Black Americans. No, it's just
No, she's not
sites.
talking about you.
Okay, okay, all right, all right.
Yeah, she ain't talking about you. She was talking about
I just,
All right.
the live streams that she gets on.
you,
Oh, okay, okay. Okay.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
because I do like them ADOS have come on my channel and we debated like 8 hours straight and they were talking about how
8
Africa is
hours.
horrible. Oh yeah, on my channel.
Oh yeah, I
How
wouldn't.
Africa is horrible, how the land is unproductive, how them Chinese is take.
Oh, I stand corrected. She is talking about you.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what that's about.
I don't know either because like I talk
Ooh,
about how
officer, you better
Sorry,
make this
Lucy.
right.
Sorry for
I
speaking
and
for you,
Lucy don't
sis.
play. You better make it right,
no no
officer. Come on.
no what I'm saying is that I talk about those people that tend to talk about we different from these blacks. That's all I talk about. I don't go on African Americans. I don't do that. Okay. I tell them that, yo, okay, I'm from the continent. I'm here to speak on certain issues. And you have a lot of trolls that, saying A doesn't B won't come on my channel. And they have always attacked me. And funny enough, most of them have been on YouTube jail cells, on my YouTube jail. So they can't go on my channel anymore. What I'm trying to understand is that why is it that they are so, they are not after the Caucasoid that put them in that condition? Why is it that they're after us, saying that we are the issue, we the black migrants, or we the Caribbeans, or we from the continent, or for the
See,
African
Can
Americans
I
that
feel
behave
It's
this
this?
way?
a simple
Can I
answer.
feel this?
Go ahead. It's a very simple answer though. But go ahead.
Who gives a
Okay.
fuck?
that's yeah.
I just like I said, we just came from a trip where we have not only did we enjoy the surroundings and we had some diplomatic relations, um, but we also saw a lot of opportunities that we could take advantage of. Who gives a
Yeah,
fuck about these people? Because at the end of the day, what are they doing?
nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely. The Black Cyber Network.
They ain't doing nothing messing with me.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be in Africa. They can do whatever they
Yeah,
want to
so
do.
who gives a shit what they feel and what they think? I don't care. Like if according to what everybody was saying, their becoming black nationalists was dependent upon me. So I guess since I've been to the continent now,
They
how
all
many
black
black
nationalists.
nationalists have been formed?
Oh well.
I'm gonna guess that none. So it doesn't matter what we do. It doesn't matter because they're gonna have the position that they have, which is to be anti-African and to be a
Oh yeah.
second and third class citizen in America. They love that shit because they love white daddy. They love
No,
white
They love
people.
cracker. They
if
love
it
cracker so much.
if it wasn't for you, if it
Nah,
wasn't for
cracker.
Patrick, I wouldn't know any of these people. Like I
Yeah.
that's what this is kind of. It gets annoying sometimes because I'm living my life and I'm like, why do I got to hear about these people?
Yeah, I don't
Right.
care about I don't
Right.
care about the black talking heads. I don't care about the Joe Roccos or any of these bootlicking niggas. I don't care about any of
John
these
Boss,
people.
Eric Connell. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
But
Tarek,
what did get me
Yarrick
tight?
Nasheed.
What did get me tight in Rwanda though was sometimes they would call me mixed. That got
Oh
me.
well,
Oh.
don't feel bad because I was a part of the light skin posse. Like
Yeah, me
Bell
too.
put me on blast.
Me too.
Philip.
Yo.
See,
No,
they
but
it
Okay.
was
no,
either one or two. It was either I was Nigerian or I was mixed.
well, no, the reason why I'm laughing, right, is because they only said this to him. And which was weird because they would keep calling, they would ask if we was brothers. So like if he's my brother, why you asking if he mixed or not? Because they never said that about me. It was only just be him like, yo, you mixed? Me, it
No,
was
hold
just be
on.
like they just saw me as like a lighter skinned black dude.
We
But for
even had
him,
a we even saw had a mixed girl that was like, y'all ain't mixed. Like, no.
Oh man.
oh man, yo, that was the first time I got called mixed. And then she looked at me like she gave me like the nigga you lying face. And I told her I wasn't mixed. I'm like, no, I'm not. And
There was
she was like, no, you she said for real? I'm like, yeah.
there was a girl that was like one shade darker than I was, and she was like, "Oh, y'all
Y'all
light
light
skins need to
skinned, yeah.
take a picture." Like, no, you get in this picture too. She's calling herself dark skin. You like one shade darker.
No,
Probably
hold it.
not. She
People
was
think
just probably out in the sun a little longer.
no,
So
hold it, hold it. People think I tell them I'm Nigerian, but they think I'm either Jamaican or from Grenada. They're like, I have the features of a Grenadian. I have the features of a Jamaican. I'm like, oh,
which
Actually,
I
what difference does it make if you
Absolutely,
were?
I am.
yeah.
it doesn't make anything. We're the same, man. Like, what the hell? Jeez.
But it was just funny, like it was just like, yo, like only him, he was the only one getting called mixed out of the two. I got called an ambiguous African because I could be from anywhere apparently. They couldn't pinpoint where I would actually be from
Oh yeah.
based on my facial features. So I'm like, okay, I'll take it.
See, Nigerian. Then I
But
wasn't
you know
mad
the
with
funny part
Nigerian.
was it wasn't no malice about it. It was all
Yeah.
No,
good.
Right.
It's not team light skin,
uh,
team
Genuine
dark skin.
curiosity. Yeah.
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 I mean,
Now
we
with
was
the
it's
laughing
girls,
about
now
it.
the
I,
girls,
I didn't know I was a part of the light skin posse until I got there. So
Like seriously, let you be, man. Like, jeez, all this team light skin and team dark skin, man. It's stupid. No, to me, colorism is stupid anyway.
I mean, it
no,
wasn't
no, no,
much
with them,
colorism there, but it
yeah,
was
with
just
them, it wasn't like again, it wasn't nothing malicious. It was like
Yeah, it
more
wasn't hostile
so
at all. Right. It was
like it was
funny.
more so he was just fucking with us.
yeah.
But with Bradley, I think it was a mixture of them messing with him and then actually like being like actually wanting to know.
Mm.
But it was just funny though. It was just like, yeah, like, they're like, so you not mixed? And he's like, no. He's like, I have two black parents. I have four black grandparents.
The nose, stop it.
I told her
So
I might need because when the second person told me that I was like I need to carry both my parents on my my shirt. Y'all ain't about to do this to me.
Bradley, son of so and so.
yeah, that's what he got to start doing now. But it was funny though.
We got Bell back.
I guess
Hey.
she got some juice on her phone now. But yeah, it was dope, man.
Yeah, but a lot of the business stuff is probably like an offline discussion. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
want to get into too much of
I,
that online.
Right.
I actually want to be in that
Right.
discussion because I'm for real. I'm ready. I'm ready for that one way ticket.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know how ready I am right
Oh
now.
yeah, like
I do.
he not
Oh,
playing.
I
Like he like
do.
legit made a whole report that
Nice.
that I guess y'all could read when y'all get the chance.
Oh, you already
So
put it up?
Well,
yeah,
yeah, it's mostly about what I was peeping out about the men and women, about Rwanda, Kigali, the media and brands, religion, and the BAIO opportunity.
Hmm.
That's something I could pass on to y'all in private.
yeah.
Cool.
Hmm.
Nice.
So yeah, Bradley ain't playing. He ready to go. Honestly, if the Wu gets convinced and if Jamal
Done,
too
yeah,
and
Jamal,
Dundada, if they all
Dundada.
link up, he and make a company and willing to go, he would it.
Yeah, just give me a year to learn all the contracts and stuff. Y'all see me in other different countries making deals. I'll be coming back to Dawood, be like, "Hey, we got a deal here in Nigeria. I already got the material list. Just give me these guys, and we'll go knock it out."
Yeah, we definitely got to have a conversation for real. Because I got some ideas in terms of a BAI or mutual fund.
Yeah.
I'll just
Yeah.
leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, it's a lot of different opportunities, and we have skill sets that could be filled in those
Yeah,
in Kigali, in
I,
Rwanda, period. And it's doable. It's the only thing it takes is the decision for you to say go.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm ready to pull the trigger within a year and a half, or
Yeah.
half a year.
And that shortened his timeline
Yeah,
tremendously on this
like
trip.
I had a 5 year plan, but now it's looking like with what I seen, it's looking like you can do it within 2 years.
Yeah.
Speed
Right
that up.
now, like I just need somebody to pull that trigger because I'm ready. I'm loaded.
Man, it just starts with an idea. That's it.
Yeah,
Yep. So
because I
no,
mean I
well, Carolina, it is a small country, but it's not as small as you think.
Right.
yeah
Because we was in Kigali most of the time, and it was like that was like just massive within itself.
Oh, it
yeah
So
definitely is not too small, Caroline. It's relatively small if you compare it to like the
the
Congo
rest of the
or something like
continent,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
but it's not small at all in the sense of
No,
getting
it's not
shit done.
small. Mm-mm.
yeah. Because I mean, and plus Rwanda is a great stepping stone into other countries. Like if you
yeah,
start building a portfolio,
Exactly. That's what I'm looking at it as. Actually, it's like our footprint on the continent. Like it's a
yeah,
good
uh,
end for us
you can make a
to.
lot of money in
Yeah.
Rwanda.
And if you have other countries that you're interested in, it's a good home base to operate from.
Yeah, and this is what we need as the BAIO. We can shut a lot of people up with
We
yeah.
this.
already have. It's just gonna
Now,
it's just
come on,
gonna be
y'all
a
know they ain't
question
gonna
of get.
shut up.
It's just gonna be, yeah, but it's like if a tree falls around in the forest, there's no one around to hear it. Did it really make a sound?
Yeah, like
That's what we dealing
next
with. It's like you got people like just dogs barking at the moon. What fucking difference does it make to the moon?
next thing you see is Hole Up coming on looking like a boss. Being like, what you niggas talking about?
You think they mad now? Wait till they see that photo out with me and Paul Kagame.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I
come
might
on
have
now,
to
it's
get
gonna be
security when I
photoshopped.
come back here to America.
You say it's gonna be photoshopped, right?
Yeah, it's a green screen.
Oh yeah, remember we was talking about like see, brother, because you didn't go to West Africa though,
Right.
so it don't really count that you went to the continent. Because our ancestors ain't from there. Even though I saw a lot of clones, I actually saw a Bell clone. I was a lady. I thought it was Bell on the street. And I'm looking up, I'm like, telling Brown, yo, I think that's Bell. He's like, that kind of look like her. And we got closer. He's like, oh yeah, that's not Bell. But it's definitely, yeah.
Oh,
Watching all that.
Al Coon is actually in the chat room.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah,
I don't know who this person is. I need to see this.
Al Coon.
Oh, there he is.
And the funny part about it is he made the same. What did he do? He did the exact same thing that we said he would do, which means that this nigga is so predictable that it's ridiculous, man.
Oh, his name was Joe Rocco.
No, Alquan 5.
No, cause I saw Joe Rocco got blocked.
Oh yeah, I blocked his ass.
That might have been him. Yeah, that might have been him.
Well, he keeps creating screen names because he's trying to get down because he has
Oh,
no
Alpine
life.
5 is blocked now.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
What did he
has no
say?
life.
He said something irrelevant.
Yeah, he said the same thing. Like, oh, y'all not moving there. You only visited.
Oh my God.
Mind you, I guess he literally just missed what everybody just said just
Incurable.
now.
No, he didn't miss anything. He's a bitch ass
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah. Okay, got it.
Damn. Shit.
Well, he didn't dislike it, so I guess he just trolling just to troll because he didn't dislike it. So
It's called desperation because they know that the writing is on the wall. Nobody takes you guys seriously. We're definitely not taking you seriously.
especially
Like I
after
said,
this
we can
trip.
show you more than we can tell you.
Oh my god! Like after this trip, it was just like, man, y'all y'all retarded. Y'all gotta be mentally retarded at this point. Like, cause it's like this, cause that again, like I'm looking at my feed. I'm like, why do y'all care so much about America? Like, I don't get it. Like, why? When y'all could just leave, come back to the continent, and be chilling. I don't understand this shit. Like,
It might be for the best though, because let them go ahead and just stay over here and do whatever it is they're going to do over here, not get any further. And once we over there is making moves and doing things along those lines, and they still have something to complain. So at that point in time, I really could care less about people complaining about something, because if you need to do something and you're not doing it, then that's your fault.
yeah.
So knock yourself out. Go ahead and complain.
Cause I'm like,
At least I feel important. I feel important after that.
Yeah, because in Rwanda, I ain't getting no defeatist mentality over there. Everybody really ready to go and build.
It's a state country, bro.
Yeah, like they trying to build their shit up. They ain't playing. And that's the thing too. It's actually their country. It's not some like, oh, my ancestors put our bones, our blood is in the dirt. It ain't like that. No.
That kills me, because our ancestors came from Africa to begin with.
Yeah.
So we're over there in the dirt too.
Yeah. So
come on now.
And again, they and this is them coming back from a genocide before I was born. And end of the year before I was born. Me coming there now as an adult is like you wouldn't even know there was a genocide there unless they told you, or if you did prior research. So.
And before anybody, like the thing about it is, it's like show and prove, nigga. Show me your ADOS or your foundational Black American dirt road, and then we can have a conversation.
Crazy, man. And again, like I said earlier, they actually have a dirt road, multiple. Like a literal dirt road.
No, they actually have roads.
Yeah, they have both roads and dirt roads.
And highways.
So
got it all.
Okay. It's like, come on, man. And now y'all just looking foolish with all these stupid ass anti-African ideologies. Now it's like, come on, fam.
Dumb talking points. Stupid.
But they should be black nationalists now since we've been on the continent.
Yeah,
They should be black nationalists now.
I
But
should
something
Yeah,
tells
everybody.
that
me
was
that
the
they're not.
requirement.
Yeah,
That was the
Something tells me
requirement.
that they're not going to be. I wonder why. Maybe it's because they were full of shit from the very beginning.
I think that
especially
might be it.
especially with the dude that asked if you could build him a community. He's like, yo, give me like a couple of G's, I got you.
Right.
Because that's light.
Invest, nigga.
Oh yeah, we could pull him to Amos actually. The dude that got the apartment complex. If you really want that, yeah.
I wasn't even trying to mention his name.
Yeah, they
Like,
might
you
try
got-
to sabotage.
Exactly.
Like, like, yo, that's what you really want. Like, yeah, we got him right there. Got a direct connect. There you go.
I can't wait till my cousin gets back.
Yeah, it sounds like he's got
You got more stories though.
Right, she gonna
more
come back with a
stories.
deed like, yo, I got the property, son.
Man.
I'm on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, that's actually nice. I would love to see that property get built up.
Somebody
though. I would
said
really love
is-
to see it built up.
Somebody asked if Caroline asked if Jason Black here. No.
Who?
Caroline is one of those he's a part of that whole one of them these quote unquote new black media talking heads where they feel that interviewing white racist people is media apparently. Hey, apparently that's an accomplishment apparently. No, he's not here. You won't see him here because we actually talk about solutions.
Right.
They don't like solutions. They just like complaining. So you won't see them there. But does anybody have any questions? I'm ready to ask. I'm ready to answer some questions.
Anybody in the chat room has some real legitimate questions?
Because I mean, if y'all, because I've been peeping a lot of stuff, been talking to a lot of locals about the relationships between men and women and all that stuff. If y'all got any questions, like it's all in the report I've written, so I can just kind of.
Oh, there's definitely plans to go back. That's probably gonna be a routine vacation spot until I actually move to the even on the continent. If I don't live in Rwanda, even if I don't live in Rwanda, even though I'm on the continent, I'm still gonna come back to Kigali.
Yeah.
That's
Kexia asked where to land at.
In Rwanda.
Well, it's an abundance of them in Rwanda. What's the citizenship process? Okay, so that I actually forgot to talk about. So the African American guy, Alan, that we all met, he told us because he's been there for 2 years and he still doesn't have citizenship, but it's because they don't do dual citizenships there. He said that you have to relinquish one of your citizens, like you have to relinquish your current nation citizenship in order to get a Rwandan one. Which I think is different from what Belle said, but she could correct me if I'm wrong because she's here. But he's on a business visa though, so he's been there for like I think 2 to 4 years with his girlfriend. Now, what was even more interesting, but I think Bradley told me that most countries do this anyways. So he has kids that are born there, but they're not even considered Rwandan citizens either. They're based off whatever their parents are. Yeah, whatever their parent, they go based on whatever their parents are.
Yeah, mostly your mother, what your mother is.
Yeah. So his girlfriend is Ethiopian. So in any case, his kids would be Ethiopian.
But yeah, you can't do dual citizenship over there. You gotta give up one of your citizenships if you want. Citizenship over there. But next question, Vic Shepard.
I guess the person that asked that question would be Belle because I think she's there.
She's currently there right now. Like she's actually living there. Kexia asked about the internet. The internet was pretty fun actually. I didn't use a computer though, so I can't really tell you. Well, I did use a computer, but it was pretty fast. It's not slow.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was very decent.
Once we got our SIM cards, it was on.
Yeah, even the cell phone data, like Bradley was saying, the roaming that was pretty good as well.
Yeah, and it's not expensive. It's actually very cheap. It's just a couple of dollars for the most part.
Like we got $10 deals for like
Yeah.
the whole month.
Hmm.
The only thing though is I was talking to I forgot who was it, Jamal, yesterday. So because they have two different phone companies. Apparently they can't if they can't call each other. If somebody has a number from another, like the opposite phone company, you can't call them. That's if I remember correctly, which I thought was pretty lame. So most companies they have a number from both phone companies,
Yeah.
so you
It
can
didn't
still get
really.
in contact
I
with
didn't
them.
really hit into that because everybody seems to have MTN, so
Yeah,
I was doing
Yeah,
fine.
because that's
MTN
the
be out
most
there.
abundant.
yeah, because you have
Every corner for the
MTN.
most part.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you have MTN, which is the most the bigger one, and then Airtel.
Yeah.
So, but I think most people have MTN because it's cheaper. Let's see. Rwanda is willing to partner with Diaspora, i.e., sister cities. I don't know about that, but again, because there's a lot of room for growth there, anyway. So I don't think. Well, I don't know. You would have to talk to the president directly about that.
Yeah.
I can't really answer that for you.
Yeah. But another question from
Uh,
back Vic Shepard. It's like, are do the ladies look good?
oh yeah, the women look amazing.
I would tell you this, like it's to the point where like they do have strong backsides. I would say that it's to the point where once you get used to it, it's like it's nothing anymore.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah, you get
Like
too used to it. It's so many beautiful women out there. Like,
I was like, oh, she got ass, she got ass, she got ass, she got ass. Like, oh, okay, I get it. Okay,
Hmm.
like
And a lot of them are very natural as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
natural. Yeah, I didn't see too
But
much
they
makeup
have,
out there too either.
And if they
not
do wear
much
makeup,
makeup.
it's
Yeah.
nothing. It's not OD. Like they wear like in a moderate amount. It's not like they're
Yeah,
not looking
Hmm.
like clowns.
yeah.
So
For most of the girls we
And,
be
or
talking,
butterflies.
yeah,
natural hair and all that stuff. Like their
Hmm.
their styling is kind of back though. It's kind of because it took chicks from Burundi to actually get the country kind of running a little bit.
oh yeah,
The
yeah.
girls were kind of
So
getting jealous of the Burundi women taking the Rwandan men, so they kind of had to update a little bit. But the style is not up to par to what we're used to. It's
yeah,
still very conservative, I would say.
yeah. They like it's like here, like how the older women they see the younger girls wearing like a little bit revealing clothing, but for them like showing your back is like too much apparently over there. So because like the one of the girls that we befriended she was saying like she was like yeah like I don't get it like she was like because she was talking about how the girls here like dress for like during the summer where they wear like the short denim shorts and all that. And I was telling them like, listen, I don't mind that. I love that. But I'm like, but she was saying like here is not really accepted. And I'm like, I thought it was weird. 'Cause I'm like, here is actually really hot. So it's like I would think clothing like that would be more accepted here than
Oh
back in the
yeah, the
States.
dudes don't even wear shorts. It's like
Oh
because you're
yeah.
I was an
kid like,
eyeball.
Yeah,
they
they,
make
they
you kid like.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
they were saying
take
that
they
shorts
like
are for like young teens and young
yeah.
kids, but pants are for men. And I'm just like, the hell with that. I'm wearing my shorts.
Yeah, that's another thing too. They take masculinity and femininity they're like more serious than here. Like there's even like a drink that is considered feminine, like a beer. It was like what? Colors like you got like the color red, like me and Clarence's favorite color. That's apparently considered feminine in Rwanda. And we were like, really? Because like red back home means something totally different. So,
But I am kind of surprised. Like Rwandan women, they do take less traditional roles, but they're still traditional in the household as
yeah.
well. Like I know because I was on a plane with the girl that was coming from Houston at because she works as a manager in the Marriott, and she made a lot of money there, and she was like, yeah, I go to work every day, but when I come home, I make sure everything's taken care of. I was like, wow. And then
Yeah.
children, she also had kids. You can't tell even when they have kids, you can't tell if they had kids because they look like normal, like good. They look really good,
Mhm.
like skinny and all. Like, and she she had 2 kids and a husband taking care. She's a manager at the motel at the Marriott, and she takes care of the household. So it's like, wow.
Yes, Kexia. They speak multiple languages. So
Yeah, Swahili is one of them.
Swahili is one, and they have their indigenous language called Kenya Rwandan, which everybody there speaks for the most part. It would probably be hard to find somebody that doesn't speak that. Then they speak
English and
French and English, yeah. And then you have very few that speak German.
Yeah.
Very few. But everybody knows at least one of those languages, or like because the top three is Kenya, Rwandan, Swahili, and French. Most like one of the girls we ran, she doesn't know Swahili, but she knows Kenya, Rwandan though, and French. So obviously she could still like
They all know
maneuver.
multiple languages. So
Yeah. What else? Homosexuality. I met one gay person that whole entire trip.
actually, it was 2. I was trying to tell you that his friend was also gay.
Oh, his man's is also gay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Well, 2 of them, I think. Yeah, they're gay. But I saw like one actual like after that. Like so, we met 3 gay people. One of them was actually like openly dancing with like some white dude on the dance floor. So yeah, we saw like 3 gay people that whole trip. Again, you wouldn't know because everything is kept to themselves. So luckily the guide was she peeped every because she know everybody. So she was like, because apparently one of them was flirting with me. I'm like really? I'm like that's what he called flirting. I'm like, damn, okay. I'm like, he would have never got it even if I was like that, because I wouldn't have known he was flirting with me. He didn't make any flattering comments or anything. I'm like, okay. So as far as land, where would be the ideal place to live, city or suburbs? And that's up. Well,
That's up to
I don't
you.
think anybody really lives in the city part. I think everybody lives outside of the city part. So
Me,
I think
I would probably live near in the village. Just to be honest, I'm not really a city person.
the only thing with that though is that they live more in the mountains, and it's kind of like a hassle to go up and come back down.
Yeah,
But
but
Well,
they
other
depends
than
on your
that,
mode of transportation. Don't forget,
yeah,
and
but
some of
other,
those are slums.
yeah,
Some of those are the slums. But what we were getting on earlier, which wasn't mentioned, is that they rezoned a lot of areas there. So where you had certain slums, the government paid the people for their houses so that the people can move and build into a completely different area that's
yeah,
zoned for
yeah,
housing. And that's something that is so awesome right there.
yeah. Because
Me
the girl that
personally, I
yeah, go
wouldn't
ahead.
live in the city. I would want to overlook the city.
Yeah.
So would I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I did see some villages in the village. I did see there was some really nice houses, some big nice houses with gated houses
yeah.
in there.
Those are the ones you know that got bread. The ones that got like gates in
Yeah,
front of their house. Like those are the
got
ones you know that
they got cars and stuff,
they got guap.
so they don't have trouble getting up and down that mountain. I'm trying to be like that. Like, hey, village.
Any village tribal people there.
We didn't
So
really see any
we
tribals.
saw people that like live in villages, but again, there's
They
not
don't
really they
they
don't
don't have
identify by tribes because the tribes that we know they in reality they were made up, they were created by Europeans. They didn't exist anyways. So like the Hutu and Tutsi thing.
It's
So
basically always been one people.
yeah, they always like from the documentary we saw, they always been like one people. Hence why they all speak the same language. So
They
yeah,
they they do traditional stuff, but I haven't seen like any kind of like the bush stuff.
yeah. But we did like we drove through the villages. It was cool. Like all the kids was like following, like looking at us, was waving at
And
us.
waving, yeah.
And we wanted to
There's
play
no
soccer with
tribalism
them.
there.
Yeah, we wanted to play soccer with them, but we couldn't.
Yeah.
There's
How
no
was the
tribalism there.
mannerisms? Yeah, no tribalism. How was the mannerisms? What I was seeing, they were really quiet, and I would. How would you explain it?
They're very soft spoken. That's the first thing I noticed. Like I realized I was talking too loud. I was the loud one in the conversation. because it would be certain times they would say something, and I had to get closer to them to hear what they said because they speak very soft. As opposed to us, we we put like a bunch of power behind every goddamn word we say. So I was like, because I was saying like, am I yelling at him? Because I don't think I'm yelling at him. So, but the mannerisms, like, they're pretty because older people are conservative, so they all relatively keep to themselves. Or the younger people, they more act like they actually the younger people reminded me of kids here in New York. Even how they dress. I was like I wouldn't be surprised if I saw him back home.
It's like they have a generation that's kind of trying to. They still keep conservative, but it's a little. They're trying to break out a little bit.
Caroline, those tribes don't exist. Those aren't tribes at all. So Hutu and Tutsis, those are financial classes that Europeans created. Those aren't tribes. They superimposed it
what
on
she's
them.
saying
But they're
is like the
not.
Hutus are like just like the Tutsis. The Hutus are Bantu and Tutsi.
Oh yes. But but they're not actual. There's nothing cultural behind them, if that makes sense. Like, because they're not ethnic groups. They just financial groups. But yeah. Let's see. Anybody else got any questions? He said, Did anybody have Nike slides on?
Nah,
I saw some of them. Some of them had Nike slides on, Lucy.
I didn't see much.
Most of them, I think they was wearing like dead stock sneakers, but then we got told that apparently they wear a lot of fake sneakers there.
Yeah, the Chinese.
There were a
Chinese make
pair
a lot of
of
stuff.
Nike slippers, but they turned out to be Lamar's. So
Oh, that's right.
I unintentionally jacked his.
That's when we're at the hot springs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hot Springs was no joke.
So
I'm
Kexi
gonna
is
definitely
asking.
revisit that.
Yeah, Kexi
That
is
was
asking.
For 70,000, I saw a house that was I think it was like 5 bedrooms, 3 baths for like about 70,000, probably a little bit
Yes,
more.
Kexia.
70,000 USD.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
It didn't have like a running water line. It had like a what do you call those tanks? Those
I had to get refueled,
overhead
or
tanks.
resupplied. Yeah,
I can't think of it right now.
it's not a septic tank.
Yeah, it's a septic tank. That's what it is.
Was it a septic?
It wouldn't be septic because I think that's for like waste. So it
Yeah, it was a water tower, right?
Yeah, it probably was.
Every place, every apartment has to have every house there has to have their own separate their own septic system because they don't have a uniform type of sewage system like we have over here in the States. So you have to build one. It has to be a part of your plan.
See, this is where
when you're building.
So.
Yeah, it's normal for African nations. You have to have your own septic and water tank.
You have to. Okay. Okay, we definitely do.
Yep.
Anybody else?
This is why we can break in and build some code to where we can start a uniform plumbing service.
That contract would probably be crazy too.
That would be a nice contract. I think
and
everybody.
Also
What do you say?
Also in the continent, you can, if you have a house, you can build it to your own specification. You don't need to have like what they do in the States, where you need to have building codes and follow
exactly. I was going to say that.
But see, that's a good and a bad thing because again, like what we saw, because people mainly live on like the sides because Rwanda is called the land of 1,000 hills. So we was noticing how some of the houses were built. We was curious about the foundation of those houses because if it rains really bad, which it does rain really bad in Kigali and Rwanda, that could be a serious problem. So that's why.
That's also one of the reasons.
Yeah.
That's also one of the reasons why they're rezoned. That they're they've started rezoning and moving people for
Yeah,
just that
yeah,
reason.
And
You
I
know,
mean,
because they want to make sure that everybody's good.
I can understand if you're building your own house in a village, but if you're like in a city setting, I think everything needs to be kind of like in a uniform coding, have a uniform coding to it.
Hmm. I don't know because that also takes away from your individuality, which they do operate as a unit, but all the houses look similar but not exactly alike.
yeah. I noticed they have a similar rooftop for the most part.
Mhm. Yeah. Mhm.
Sharice asked what company / price you guys used to call family and friends in the USA. So we mainly got SIM cards for the most part,
Called WhatsApp.
but then we
Oh.
also utilize WhatsApp as well.
And Facebook.
And Viber.
Yeah, we used all the means of contact.
Internet means like
Oh yeah.
Facebook or
Oh yeah.
WhatsApp.
Yeah.
If you have an internet connection and they got an internet connection, you can contact each other.
Yeah,
Like I'm
Yeah.
still talking to people from
Yeah.
Rwanda right now.
yeah, me too. So
Oh yeah. If you have
Basically,
a
I was
job, you
only
can still
waiting until I
connect.
got a Wi-Fi connection to speak to anybody. So it didn't.
yeah,
The only time
Yeah,
I
I
would
use Google
communicate
Fi.
with people is when I got to the hotel.
Mhm.
uh,
Yeah. I
what
contacted
if,
some
No,
people
like people should.
out.
what is the
Yeah, people shouldn't play
process to
that
buy
way.
a home? Do you have to have straight cash? I wouldn't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you guys have that conversation
Actually,
or?
I think you have to have. I think you have to have cash.
Oh, okay.
Straight
Oh yeah,
cash.
cash.
So the banks, well, I guess the banks don't have do the loans and stuff like that.
But yeah, but no, the banks over there don't have student loans. But who we were
No,
talking to
not student
somebody
loans.
about that, not student loans, but home loans and things like that. But I think we were talking to somebody, and they mentioned the fact that you may actually be able to get a loan here in the U.S. to be able to build over there.
I believe that.
So that needs
That
to be
sounds believable.
revisited.
Oh.
And there's multiple banks too over
But
there too.
technically,
It's
you're
not.
still a citizen, so it's like you gotta pay that shit back. So anyway,
Mhm.
I guess we can ask
Um.
Amos about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Some the Kexia asks, what about foreigners owning land?
I'm not too sure. I don't.
Again, we didn't really see too many non-black people.
I think
So
it's for business purposes. You can own land for business purposes, but other than that, I'm not. I'm not. I'm actually not sure. I'm not sure.
yeah, we
For
wasn't
me,
too worried about
yeah.
them because for the most part, everybody in Rwanda owns shit. So you don't really see that many non-black people there too. So
right.
And
Exactly.
also, them Chinese are not taking over the continent for them ADO sites. That's like keeping that
yeah,
pushing it. That it's not happening. That's bullshit. It's not okay.
especially Rwanda, that ain't
Well,
happening.
I could say I could say that when we were riding around the town, I only saw really two Chinese foreigners, well foremen, shall
Yeah,
I say, and that was it. And they were building the road, but
yeah,
that those are the only two businesses and the only two Chinese older men that I actually saw.
yeah,
Everybody else was doing the work, but it was only those two. Everybody else were like Rwandan or black.
yeah.
That was it. And then the other few Asians that I saw on the town, and then the other one when we were in the club. So it's I didn't really see. I thought I would see a whole lot more, but I didn't.
You see, so
Um,
there's
At
no Chinese invasion.
no,
can
not in Rwanda
African
at least.
Americans or non-Rwandan citizens own land? I think that's the same question. So yeah.
I am
Oh,
Lucy. You gotta. Well, I'm waiting on Patrick to get that situated. He's been dragging his ass on it,
oh what? I'm
setting
sorry.
up a WhatsApp group with the contacts in Rwanda.
Oh yeah, I'm
Alan and
sorry.
them.
I gotta hit up Alan. I'll probably hit up Zayd because Alan, I think he's too busy right now. I'll hit up Zayd because they all like tight knit because I think they said it was like 11 of them. So so this is how it is. So you have the way they explained it to us. So in regards to the black people, right? You have those that come willingly on their own, and you have some that come with the embassy, the United States Embassy, because they work for the government. They were saying like those that come from the embassy be acting weird with the ones like those that come by on their own fruition. Like they don't even like having conversations with them at all. Like they just stick it amongst themselves and that's it. And then the people that came on their own pretty much saying fuck America. They're like on their own. They try to be friends with them, but again, they like on some other shit. I don't know if the United States government's telling them like don't conversate with them or nothing like that. I don't know, but they was telling us again like they just be acting weird. So, but they said in total it was like 10 of them that came by themselves willingly, and they all like in a tight knit group, and they do a lot of stuff together. So, but I could get that done for you.
There was no case of Ebola, nothing like that. None,
No, no. You wash your hands when you get to the hotels and stuff. They have sinks that you wash. That everybody wash their hands in before they get into the hotel.
Yeah.
All right. Because they like pushing
Ruby
like Ebola
Williams.
stuff.
Did anyone have an experience with the healthcare system? Thank God, no.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
I don't know too much about the healthcare system.
Any information on getting a business license? I don't think it's a license that you get in Rwanda.
Actually, about the healthcare system, you probably need to talk to Bill about that one.
Yeah, Belle will know more, but she's not on right now.
And that's my aspect too, because I'm in healthcare here. So I'm definitely going to be looking into what it is that I can contribute going over there besides, my own businesses.
With the business license though, there's a whole bureau, there's a whole building that if you want to start a business over there in Kigali, you would go there first thing first, but you have to have a solid business plan and get approved.
I saw a list somewhere of what you need, but I wasn't paying too much attention to it.
Kexia, what do you mean? Like who in regards to who? Like, what was I talking about? Refresh my memory.
I think it's
Kexia.
like Alan. Alan.
Oh, it must have been Alan. Yeah, Alan. Again, Alan. All the people that we met, all the African Americans that live there, they all have their own business. So it's not like they just there, just living the life. They all are there grinding too.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. And the fact that Rwanda has the electric motorcycles and cars, they're the first African nation that's really, really revolutionizing the use of electric cars, using solar energy and the rest. So.
The group that stayed to themselves are the people from the embassy. So the people from the United States Embassy, the black people that come from through there, they act funny towards the people that came on their own, like the black people that came there willingly to Kigali. Like they don't really like try to communicate with them. We actually experienced that at the restaurant we was at actually, where we was talking to like one of the executive dudes. Holub actually noticed because usually our whole entire experience when another African American is there, they'd be like, oh shit, like they'll come over and talk to us. I think Holub noticed that there was a girl at one of the restaurants that I guess it was like a business thing though. She even bothered it. She even looked our way. And you can clearly hear us because we was the biggest crowd there in the restaurant. So I don't know. I think Belle says she's gonna be there till February, Lucy.
Yeah, we got to experience some good old fashioned American black woman shade.
Yeah, that was just weird. I was like, all right, whatever.
Made me feel so much at home.
How do we stop vaccines of African children? Make a healthy environment. I don't know how else to answer that.
Yeah, the vaccine is nothing but German genocide warfare on, the whole Bill Gates bringing the vaccines to the continent just to cause a destruction of our children with vaccines. So we need to stop.
Having your own country helps.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Controlling the context helps. That way you can control that type of policy.
Quailism. We did meet a bunch of Nigerians there. I even met a Ghanaian brother.
We did?
That was there. Yeah, at the club.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Yeah, at Cocoa Bean. Like the people that I was sitting next to, they was all Nigerian.
Not doing it.
I think it was I think somebody was like celebrating their birthday.
Oh, those guys. Yeah.
So they was lit. And then I met a Ghanaian brother. And then I met another Nigerian. So this was weird. This is what I was saying. Hold up, like the ladies was just loving me. I don't know what it was. Yo.
It was you, man. It was you.
I was sitting there hyping up these two people dancing, right? And the girl started talking to me because she thought I was from the UK. I don't know how. But she asked if I was from the UK, and I'm like,
that London
no.
accent.
I'm like, no. No, that's the thing. She didn't even have an accent. She had a Nigerian accent. So I'm like, no.
See, Patrick is on the humble.
And so she's like, and I'm like, where you from? She's like, I live in, I'm from Nigeria, but I live in the UK. I was like, wait, which part, like London or Birmingham? Because those are the two biggest cities. And she's like, Birmingham? And I was like, oh, so you're at Brummie? She was like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And then that's when Bradley was telling me like, yo, just chill. Because the dude was the dude that she was with was kind of feeling some kind of way. I'm like, all right, let me back up. I wasn't even trying to do nothing with her. I was just talking to her. So
you trying to get his dance on and you interrupting. I'm like,
she clearly didn't listen. She clearly didn't like what was going on because if she did, she wouldn't stop to talk to me. So
I don't know. I know. I was, man. The Cocoa Bean was nice. It had a pool in the center and all that stuff.
You couldn't go in.
Yeah, we went there the first night.
Yeah,
and there was some girls I apparently danced with at the last club, and I was like, I don't remember them, but they were talking to the other girls and stuff. Like it was just a whole little debacle because I was already with somebody over there, so it's like I don't remember y'all. I was probably drunk.
Yeah, like I don't. That's the thing they don't get. Like, yo, we was fucking drunk. We don't remember half of y'all.
For like 4 or 5 days, I was drunk.
Well, damn.
Yeah, like up until y'all left, that's when we got a chance to relax because it was like, all right.
I just had to stay in one day. I just slept all day, like.
Cause I'm like, damn. Like, cause they were trying to go out that day, and I was like, damn, like y'all trying to go out again? I'm like, yeah, I'm
Patrick,
good.
Bradley, and my cousin was bagging him up without even without even trying.
I was
sitting back like a proud dad.
One of the girls actually came to the hotel for Lawrence.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Yo, that was crazy. I don't know how she found him. That was the crazy part. Like, somehow she knew that he was staying at the hotel that we was at. Well, and I'm like, you sure you didn't tell her nothing? He's like, I don't think I told her where we stayed at. Wow. But she found him.
She followed.
Then one of the girls we was at after the club that we was all at before y'all left, Peoples. Me and Bradley got out the cab and we were walking into the hotel, and then this girl pulled up and she's honking the horn, and I'm like, well, they clearly ain't honking it for us because we don't live here. We don't know nobody here, nothing. So then she's like, hey, you don't remember me? Like, she's like, you guys remember me? And we turned around like, oh shit. And it was a girl that Bradley was messing with there. Mm-hmm. And then because his WhatsApp was acting weird, so I got the number from her for him and all that. So I'm like, damn. So yeah, we was out here, and especially with Larry, because Larry was chilling, and they was just bagging him essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, when we first got up there the first night, he was like getting bagged up. I'm like, damn.
I had some numbers in my phone. I just didn't know who they were. Like, I just found numbers in my phone.
Yeah, you just get everybody WhatsApp. Like, yo, what's your WhatsApp? What happened? What else happened? Damn, I had it right there. I don't know why the thought slipped. Fuck, it'll come back.
I will ask one thing: if people are really interested in going the next time, just let us know how serious you are about doing it next year, so we can put it together.
Oh man, because everybody apparently was gung ho about this. I came last minute, so I'm not in this conversation. But I was told everybody was gung ho, and
Like
then
guy had like 20 people in on
as
it.
time went on,
until it came time to put money down to actually go
Yeah.
on a trip.
Start disappearing.
Shit, I'm
so
glad I went.
Oh boy.
I think I only spent like after my plane ticket, I only spent like
I probably spent like almost 2,000.
600, 2,000.
Yeah, including my ticket.
No,
Oh,
no, no. I'm
Including
including your
that.
talking
ticket.
about
Okay.
No,
when you
come on.
got there. When we got there, I went and exchanged, and I got about $200 USD, which was like 200,000 francs there, and I was
Yeah,
balling.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think I only spent $600 that whole trip.
yeah. Me too. Yeah,
I
just
didn't even.
about.
Well, I kind of did. I had to pay for an extra bag coming back, and that was whew,
Mhm.
Well, you was buying
getting all
everything
the
in
stuff.
sight, so I know
Yeah,
you paid some money.
airlines could be expensive as hell.
Yo, son, the plane y'all also gonna upgrade to the premium economy on Brussels. They said they wanted 375. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Man, I was thinking so hard about extending my trip. It was like $300 for a week. I was like, oh my god, I
That
want
was
to do this.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
Like,
yeah,
oh.
that was
I, I,
better.
sh-
That
I,
was,
but I was like, man, I got stuff I need to just finish up at home. I got stuff I need to do with the AEF and all that
yeah,
stuff. Like, I really want to. When I got on that plane, I
yeah.
was so sad, man.
Same here.
I did. I
Same
was.
here.
Hmm.
Oh, if
Yo,
I had the time, I would have extended. If I had the
I
time.
was escorting Bradley to
Exactly.
the airport, and I was even sad that he had to go. I'm like, because at that point again, because the security so tight, they don't allow unless you're an actual passenger, you can't go and just wait with them.
Right.
Oh, right,
So I'm
Exactly.
right.
like, damn, bro. I'm like, I can't even wait with you, bro. I'm like, I'm like, fuck it, bro.
Man, I was sad. I I had a little tear rolling down my cheek, man.
Badly.
I was like, man, I want to leave.
I almost did.
And
It's
then
like,
when I got to Amsterdam, it got cold, and I was like, oh my freaking
Oh,
god.
yeah.
I haven't felt cold in so long.
yo, bro, when I got to Brussels, oh my goodness, bro. That I was fucking free. I think I was colder in New York, like here than in New York when I got off the plane. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, Europe was brutal.
Like I was
I had to
seeing my
stop off
breath.
in
I was like,
Frankfurt.
damn.
It was brutal.
So I didn't even go
Uh,
that route. I went Turkey. I went the Istanbul route.
and
I
you was
took
lit.
Turkey.
Yeah, Jamal did too. Yeah, I was lit. So it wasn't as cold. But yeah, and I got off
No,
that
not at
plane. I'm
all.
like,
Nowhere
shit.
near as cold. Nah. And even back here in California, it was like 60-some degrees, so it wasn't so bad.
That's what had us laughing was with the girls we was with. Like they kept saying that it was cold. It would be like 65 degrees. And we like me and Bradley looking like, especially me.
It
I'm
was
looking.
like
I'm like, this is cold to
this
you?
is perfect weather. You don't. It's not hot. It's not cold. It's perfect.
Cause
Like
and I
and
was
then when you're riding the bike, it's like the wind in your face. You're just feeling good. It's like nice.
because I was laughing. I'm like, if this is cold, I'm like, if you come to New York City, you gonna think it's an ice age right now. If you think this is cold,
No, trust me, I'm from there, so I know.
yeah, I'm like,
I try
I'm
not
like
to.
this. I'm like, this is not cold at all. This is perfect.
As soon as I left Rwanda, though, I didn't have time to be sad for too long because then I just got mad. like the people changed, and I just was just mad.
Oh shit. Let's see. Anybody else said anything? Let's see. Did we meet any Somalians? No,
Nah,
no, I
Nope.
did not. We met one biracial girl though. I don't know if that counts for anything. Let's see.
Nigeria will excite you guys. That's time and energy.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah. Well, yeah, Quailism. That is true. Like, we
Well, let's
actually got told. Well, we actually got told by the girl that they actually do like bigger dudes in Rwanda. So yeah, if you got some mass on you, you'll make it. It'll be a lot easier bagging a girl. Yeah. Hell, you could probably just be taller. It'd probably be a lot easier because they're not really that tall there either. Like that. Well, they taller. They are tall, but once you go, you'll see what I'm talking about. The girls are taller than the girls here, though. I will say that.
everybody's
most
tall
part.
over there.
Yeah. Um. Oh yeah, I am Lucy. Yeah, I didn't cry. I was just mad because I'm like, especially on the JFK flight because I was like some I had to sit next to this Belgian girl the whole trip. I'm like, here we go.
It was you.
I'm like, here
The
we
trip
I'm
back
gonna tell you
wasn't
fucking
too
like
go.
this.
bad
I
for
slept
me.
that I had a 24-hour trip for the most part coming back, and I slept 20 of those hours. I woke up when it was time to eat.
The trip
I
That
was
was
trying
it.
to sleep. I just
the trip
I
back
don't
wasn't
know.
too bad for me. Like the only issue that I had was like my ears
I was out.
clogging
I was
coming
just like,
from
Oh
that
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
high
yeah, yeah.
altitude.
Yeah, that
God.
was a bit annoying.
But other than that, I was cool. I just went to sleep.
I saw Shaft finally on the plane. I'm like, okay. I'm like, this is pretty good.
I tried watching it, but my head started hurting.
I think what did I watch? I watched Once Upon a Time
I
in
got that. I'll
Hollywood.
watch it at some point.
I don't think my plane didn't have that.
Yeah, I watched that, and everything else was watching me. I tried to watch Godzilla, that ended up watching me.
It's probably because you already seen it though. That's why.
Yeah.
For me, I can't really rewatch a movie I already saw unless it was that good. The last movie I did that with, I gonna laugh at this though. The last movie I did that with was Cars 3. I watched that shit like 5 times back to back.
Well, it must have
I don't
been
know
good.
why, but that movie was amazing to me. No, Kexi, that wasn't Complex's biracial sister.
Ooh.
You know what's funny? She actually did like him though.
Oh, the other girl? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
she actually did like Bradley. She didn't want me to tell Bradley though for some reason. For some odd reason she thought Bradley wasn't gonna like her.
I'm not mad at
Uh,
Bradley. He got us the clothing hookup, so I'm
yeah, bro, we
not
got the
mad at all.
discount for all of us. Held it down. Well, he didn't get a discount. There was no additional charges,
Yeah.
so he held it down. He held it down for that.
She gave me she said she gave me a gift for my birthday. So
Yeah,
I
apparently she
think
gave it to
Lawrence.
Larry.
I mean, yeah, Larry. Is it Lawrence or Larry?
Both,
It's
Both.
Lawrence,
either
but he
one.
just
Both.
he
Okay.
just goes by Larry. I know him by Larry, so that's why I call him
Yeah.
Larry.
I forgot to even ask him if he got my shirt.
No, we ain't get eaten by any locals or chased by crazy guys. No, they're not even like that.
Speaking of
They're
that,
not even like that over there.
speaking of that, so the girl I was talking to, she actually went to school in Uganda for a bit. She came back because she felt very uncomfortable there. And she was saying like she was saying that some of the people actually like she was saying like the people eat people there and shit. I'm like, did you actually see that, or you just heard this from somebody else? And then she said, no, I heard her. She said, I heard about it, but she's like, the way they be acting, I wouldn't even be surprised. I'm like, okay.
I haven't seen any of that.
I
Everybody was
gotta
just
ask
so,
Larry if he got my Mazungo in the
cordial.
Mist shirt.
You know, everybody
Oh,
was.
yo.
Mazungu.
I got
love,
mine. I got mine.
I love that word. I was gonna tell you how to buy me one
Mazungu.
too. I was gonna
Oh,
tell you
you
how to
got
buy
yours,
me one.
Selena?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
cool.
I love it. I love it, man. I love that term for them so much. It's so fitting.
It's
Mazungu.
perfect.
Oh, it is.
Oh yeah, we gotta
It
tell
is.
him what that
And I've known
means.
about that for a little. That word for quite a while.
Well, some of them already do know what it means in the chat. So Mazungus is what they call white people in Rwanda.
Crackers.
So there's a shirt called Mazungus in the Mist. And once we got told that, everybody was like, "Oh shit, we gotta get that."
Love it.
You know I'm gonna be rocking that at the office.
And I haven't really seen any. Somebody asked what's the deal with
Oh,
genocide
Good morning.
denial in the country.
Yeah,
I haven't heard any
there
genocide
is no
denial.
genocide denial. They actually are not. I wouldn't say
They know their
embrace it, but
history.
they know their history. The
Oh, about the
museums.
genocide?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was a
Oh
forgiveness
yeah,
on both sides. It was a
yeah.
forgiveness
they
on both sides
they
about what actually happened because both sides actually took their own part in it.
yeah. Like I said, they have a whole month in April dedicated to the genocide.
I think
They know their history.
the most heavy section for me, and Bradley could tell you, because he
Oh
he saw my
yeah.
reaction. There's a whole section in the Genocide Memorial with all the bones that they found that they
Yes.
could
I have
found
pictures
so
of those.
far.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
have
I
Yeah.
was
pictures of all
like,
that.
That's
when I
rough.
saw that,
Oh yes.
I told Bradley because I was really feeling weird, and I'm like, once I
Yeah.
saw, it, I'm like, nah, bro, I can't.
I,
And
I was stone feelings, but what almost got me was the kids, the picture of the kids and how they
I
got
was
killed.
just going to say that.
Yes,
Same here.
exactly.
That was
I have
brutal.
pictures of some of
That
those
was.
as well.
yeah,
And then the
I'll put them
stories of
out.
what they like to do, and then how
yeah,
they died. It was
and
just
their
oh
favorite
really sad.
foods and all
yes.
that. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, son.
Yeah.
Exactly. And what
And
happened with them? They were taken from their parents or their grandparents, and some of them burnt in the shower.
Yeah,
It's just craziness.
grenade in the showers, man.
Yeah.
And then the next thing we got to go see is like, oh, these are the genocides that happened around the
yeah,
world. Like,
they kind of
what is
all
all
live
that,
matters the shit,
man?
and I'm like, yo, fuck everybody else. I don't give a fuck about them.
Exactly.
I looked in that room and I was like, hey, Patrick, turn back. Turn back.
Because that was the
We out
section where that was the section where we saw the most white people at was on that in that section.
there.
Shit, we didn't even see. I think we saw maybe one or two in there. But this is the thing that killed me also, is because you had Jewish people
Yeah,
actually erect. They actually commissioned the Jewish people to erect these stained glass windows
yeah.
for the
Oh
museum. And
right.
I
Right.
looked at that and I was just like, "Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?"
But we did find out
That kind of
that
ticked me off.
at least the first part though of that section where they showed the Namibian genocide. And that one was blatant because there was nobody else to really blame for that. It was like
The
just
Germans.
purely the Germans did that. It was like it
Yeah,
wasn't
they
nobody.
tried. What happened in Namibia? They tried to fight back, and the Germans like, we're gonna make an example out of y'all, and they pushed them in the desert, and then they just started tearing them up.
Oh yeah.
And then they were saying how some of the German soldiers had quote unquote Namibian lovers. I'm like, they weren't their lovers at all. I know exactly the situation that they were put in. They didn't have a choice in the matter. So
So
I was like, okay. But
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
crazy because there's a whole section too where you could where you can go and talk to somebody.
oh, the therapy.
Yeah, like they
thing.
got a whole therapy room
I
after
think
the
that's for
fact
the
at the
white
top.
people.
Cause I'm like, yo, and even on the wall, right at the Holocaust Museum, like they still don't even got all the names yet.
Well, they're still finding bones. Don't
Yeah,
forget, they're still
exactly. Yeah,
finding people's
they still
remains.
continuously finding people. I'm like, holy shit.
And all over the country, they have these memorials, all multiple memorials around the country that people can go visit, and that all have house the remains.
Yeah.
Some of them are
So
getting filled up, so they cover them over.
yeah,
So yeah, it's really crazy. It's really sad.
but
See?
because I was getting like it was seeming like they was trying to hide and I don't know. Well, I don't know, because I think y'all went somewhere else where it wasn't like that. From what Holt was telling me, because in the genocide memorial, it was like they was trying to like really, they wasn't trying to say that Europeans did this shit, like caused everything. Now in the Parliament building, they was adamant like, yeah, like these motherfuckers came and ruined everything.
Yeah, they left us.
Yeah, like they didn't put no fluff in that.
Well, the
Yeah,
places we
where we
went, they
went,
weren't
they were.
hiding that.
Yeah, they
They weren't
definitely.
hiding it.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, because I'm like, that's how I was feeling in genocide memorial. They was focusing way too much on like the Hutus a lot. And
Yeah.
I'm like, they were a symptom of the problem, of the greater problem, of the cause of the problem. So
I know for Parliament, we did get to
Even the
learn about
black and the water.
I said we did get to learn about what's his name? John? Was it John?
now my son David
David.
and held
Yeah,
it down on the
David.
rooftop. Yo, my son
Yeah.
David.
Overlooking that mountain, shooting everything coming down for a week. What is it? Like a
so
week straight?
on the top of the building, there's a guy. That's actually cool because from there you can see other memorial statues around the Parliament building. So there's a guy. We didn't get his last name. But his first name is David. He held it down with a machine gun, killing everybody on the top of the building from deep.
Yeah,
Like that
shooting
was like
down
shooting mortars
planes
and
and
shit, all
stuff.
that. Like he was holding it down. Him and some other. I forgot the dude that was giving him the ammo.
The
It was,
dude that was giving him the ammo died, but he's still alive.
yeah,
Actually.
the dude David, my son David, he's still alive. Like you can actually go and meet him and all that. Like he held it down crazy. But then you saw other memorials. There's even the whole like battle reenactment. It's not. It's nothing crazy though. It's just kind of cheesy. Like they just use like a projector to just simulate explosions. But because there's a mountain that the Parliament building faces, and that whole mountain, that's where that was a key point for taking over the start of taking over Kigali. So they would say, yeah, like right over there. If it wasn't for them taking that, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Oh, we got 15 thumbs down. Wow,
Yeah, I am
that's
Lucy
gonna
asked,
Oh,
did we
that's
see
really?
gonna
white
disappear.
Jesus?
Ados,
There's
Ados did
plenty
that.
of
Hold it. Ados did that.
Yeah, that's gonna disappear. By the way, because that's what
yeah,
always
there's plenty of
happens.
churches over there. Plenty of church. You got the gambit that you see over there. You got the 7 Day Adventists. You got the Catholics. You have whatever you see over there. Well, over here you actually see over there.
Yeah. From the younger people well, from the people we were talking to, they were, I would say, more spiritual than religious.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying the church, the buildings. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
those are probably like the best looking thing, even in the village
Yeah.
where we was
The
at. That was
village
the
on
best
top.
looking thing
It was on top of the mountain, big
with a
cross,
big
and
ass white cross.
a nice looking building.
yeah, yeah. There's a larger one than that as well. When we were on our way to the other area, um, you could see where the Catholic Church actually took a huge swath of land that's actually way up high. It's not that far from Kigali, and then now they have like schools and things like that, and
Yeah,
I think it's a college and stuff like that. So yeah, but you do see, you do see your religious people with their garbs on going into the church and stuff along those lines. So yeah, what you see over here, you see over there.
Yeah.
but did I
But over
actually
here, I think
see
it's
like
probably
a
more.
picture of a Jesus? No.
I
No.
didn't.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
You see a cross and stuff along those
Yeah, like
lines.
I see religious symbols, but not an actual picture. Even the girl I was with, she was saying she's like, "Yeah, I'm a Christian," but she's like, "I don't think God is white." She's like, "I don't think Jesus or God is white." I was like, "Wow."
Well, it's all
I,
it's
yeah, she
all
told me.
crazy to me.
Yeah, she told me straight up. She's like, "Yeah, I don't think he's." She's like, "I don't think he's white.
Hmm.
I think he's black."
It's
I'm
all
like,
crazy to me
okay.
because I always ask the question that you guys just went to your genocide. Where was your Jesus then? And
Yeah,
I'll leave it
I
at
didn't want
that.
to. I didn't want to. I didn't want to get
Yeah.
too dark with that, but
Mhm. So
but I
that's
was
why I said I'll leave it.
no, but I did laugh because I told her about the Hebrew Israelites,
I
and
was
she
part
was
of that.
like,
So
"Yeah." So she was like, I'm surprised you're not an Israelite." She was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Oh boy."
yeah.
Brace
I
yourself.
wish I didn't know.
Okay.
I still don't know.
And then she was sitting there like that. She's like, "That sounds really weird, but okay."
It was up until recently when I thought Hebrew Israelites were just like another
Another Christian group.
yeah, like
They are.
nation of Islam or something like that,
I mean,
where
they
they're like pro
kind of.
black but or African. But I guess they're not pro African. They're Israel. They like Israel or some shit like
No,
that.
they
It's
what they
not
call
even.
themselves.
No. It's not even Israel. It's just that what it is Christianity turned on its head. Except
The
um
Torah.
you're reading the Torah or the whole entire Bible for the most part. The
Yeah,
Torah is the first 5 books. And you turn Jesus into a black man. That's what
yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
And except you like I said, you're reading the book versus getting your information from a church. But at the same point in time, what a lot of these people, or most of them people, are actually reading, the Hebrew Israelites are reading, is they're just not answering the question. They're not even thinking.
yeah,
They're just going on and just whatever it is they're making the Bible turn out to seem like it's real.
yeah.
It's a real thing and very relevant. But I say the same thing to them. We went through our slavery. Where was Jesus and all that time? So
I don't
But
care about them as long as they ain't messing up my plans. We good.
yeah, pretty
you
much.
believe what you believe, but at least try to
The religion thing is basically an American talking point. It
Yeah,
really wasn't relevant out there.
see who
because
else.
there's Muslims there too. I actually saw the landmark as I was leaving. There's a landmark called the
Oh
Green
yeah,
Mosque.
we were
We were
supposed to
supposed
go
to go
to
see them because
we
because
supposed to go see the Muslim hoods,
yeah,
man.
we supposed to go to the real hood because the tailor she was like, yo, if you want, we can go see the Muslim brothers. Cause like when they like big and they got tattoos, she's like they just said they look like Larry. was like, all right, let's go over there. But
Go see
something
the jet,
happened.
but we chose the Parliament.
Yeah, we was like, that would be a better experience, another landmark. But
We'll come see the Muslims later.
she was like, yeah, they big like y'all and all that. Yeah, they got tattoos on their arms and all that. I'm like, okay, like they really out here. She was like, yeah.
I was like, I didn't have my knife right now. We'll go to the Parliament right now. Next time.
Yeah, but we were also told that the Muslim areas they have more poverty than the rest of the city does.
Yeah.
No matter which area you go to, as far as like the Muslim area, it's worse off. It's a little worse off, but they still have their shops and things along those lines because there are multiple areas when you're around the whole Rwanda.
Yeah. So, but that was an interesting thing with that. But again, I didn't see any. Again, I never saw like an actual statue or even a goddamn candle of a white Jesus.
Yeah.
It was just like it was more so just a cross and like some art, like some I guess some art relating to the religion, which whatever that would mean. So
yeah, and some of these churches actually have good sized land too.
Yeah, the one I don't know if you peeped.
Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, I don't know if you peeped. There was a church in a hotel, like right next to the hotel. That was I thought it was like a It might be actually. They just do other things besides a place of worship. But I thought it was like just like another apartment place, like apartment complex or something like that. But it was actually a church. I'm like, oh shit.
Jeez.
What do y'all think, fellas? We gave him enough?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I think we gave him enough. About 3 hours worth of content. I'm getting hungry, so I'm getting off of this joint.
Yeah.
What somebody asked one this is the last question. Somebody asked, what could Rwanda improve on?
I'll say infrastructure is one of them. They can improve. They can improve on infrastructure,
which they're currently doing.
Yep. As I was gonna say, I was gonna say everything.
Yeah, say everything ties into infrastructure
because they're still developing. It's not like they stopped. They still are every day developing everything. So.
Okay, this is a question here. I have a question about that. When you talk about development, right?
Yeah.
What development are we actually talking about? Are we talking about European development, or why does everything come down to infrastructure as far as, well, comparing it against what we have here in the United States, what they have in Europe? Why can't Africa have their own entire infrastructure that's theirs alone? And where do we stop comparing what we have over here and what we've seen to what's actually over there?
Well, I'll say I like consistent hot water. So
it's because it's advanced technology. I mean, it's like it's better than what most have, and that's what we know. It's what we're taught how to build, and we're going there with skills that we were taught how to build, and you can see a big improvement if you build that way. I mean, you can build the African way also, mix it in together, and create a hybrid, but to be honest, like they ain't number one for no reason. There's a reason they're number one right now.
Well, I don't think you sacrifice your Africanness by having.
And the funny thing is, it's number one just the way that it is right now.
I don't think you sacrifice your Africanism by having running water and electricity.
Yeah. Like it's kind of like they took from us and then started building our way and then built their way. Why can't we take from them, build their way, and then evolve into our way?
Because all modernization is using your culture to better the people. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
not use a cracker system to benefit your culture. You use your own culture to benefit your own system.
Yeah.
Exactly, which kills me as far as the whole Christianity thing anyway, because in some of those museums, what we saw was
White missionaries, yeah.
their spirituality, how they actually did things, and then they completely got rid. Well, they completely got rid of their whole belief system and put everything on a Jesus Christ or a biblical aspect. And these are things that still bother me, because you've had your own worship system or your whole spiritual system, and then all of a sudden a white man comes and gives you their religion, call it the truth. You'll kick your system to the curb, but then you'll take upon their system. So what were you better as, blessed under?
Well, I talked about it with the girl I was with. 'Cause I told this to my mom too. So I was telling my mom, like, I think I know why most black people, they're afraid of like voodoo and stuff like that. Because I think deep down they know that actually there's consequences to that if you like do some fuck shit. As opposed to Christianity, there's no consequence. You just say, "Oh, I repent," and that's it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And that's what the girl that I was with, she was pretty much telling me that, like, about like the indigenous, because they still practice it, but it's not as much, obviously.
Oh yeah.
But she was saying pretty much, but those priests there that still practice the indigenous religions, they kind of like take advantage of the people. And they kind of have them doing like ridiculous things and shit, because they're aware that they're gonna pretty much do whatever they want, like do it for the sake, because out of fear. So that's why she would say most people just practice Christianity, so they don't got to deal with none of that bullshit. But she laughed when I explained it to her too. She was like, I never thought about it like that. I'm like, yeah, we got to do so. I repent, God, and now all the fuck shit that you did is no longer, yeah, like you don't got to worry about that anymore now. So,
but with the African traditional system, once you mess up, they strike you dead instantly.
Yeah, so
they strike you dead instantly.
But yeah,
you go.
I'm not worried about Rwanda, man.
Yeah, they're good. Because that's actually one of the things they're talking about, based on what the guy was telling us. He was saying that's one of the things that the youth are talking about now is if Christianity or Islam is a religion they should even be practicing. So I think we know the answer, but there's something that they're talking about amongst themselves. So.
And to be honest,
They'll
I mean,
find out, I hope,
the whole
soon
thing
enough.
has been kind of rendered moot because it has really
Customer
nothing to
service.
do.
I see a question about customer service.
Yeah.
Customer service is actually great from my standpoint.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
It really had too many issues. I think it was much better than what takes place over here, because at least they're about trying to get the solution solved.
Oh my God.
Well, the issue solved into a better solution.
He said, Mufasa said his moms always be good in Africa, but terrible in the Caribbean. I'm not even surprised at that.
I think everybody needs to know the biggest takeaway from this trip for me is like the opportunity that is to be had.
Yes.
Like we can tweak up on a lot of stuff there in Rwanda, and we can make a lot of money doing it. We can make a living there. We can build the BAIO to even more, to higher ground. Like, it's there.
Yep.
And the people will benefit from it too, because they'll have transferable skills.
Yep.
Yeah.
To the point that they won't even really need us anymore to really sit there and really monitor them like that.
Yeah, we can do it to the point to where we can get into the education system, and once we start doing it so much, we can be like, okay, let's make a school out of this.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I have a lady at my job. She's actually from Rwanda. And she was telling me, she's from South Rwanda. I brought her back some honey to the job.
Okay.
And she was telling me that, she said, when you're doing your business, she said, you don't necessarily have to be over there. She said, you get a person that you trust, have them running it. But she said the key words are trust.
Yeah.
And, they can actually run it, and you get paid for it. You can go over there and, whenever you get the opportunity from, and you can communicate with the person, every day to see how everything is going. So you don't necessarily have to move over there if you don't want to.
Shit,
so,
I'm trying to move over there instead of being here.
I'm trying to move over there too.
Yeah, it's like if you got the choice, it's like, why not?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Well, the reason why I said that is because, like me, I just started a new job, and I'll be vested in 5 years. So I have 5 years. if I want to
Yeah.
even stay this route and have like some sort of a little bit more of a retirement coming. So it would be easier for me to actually go over there for a little while, start a business because I could take a leave of absence for my job, go start a business or whatever, train who I'm going to train for
Yeah.
months or whatever the case may be, and let them go ahead and handle that part of business. I come over here, work, make even more money. Meanwhile, I have somebody over there, so I'm actually making money at the same time
Hmm.
until I'm ready to actually officially move over there,
Yeah.
which I'm really not ready for yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Leave the United Snakes of Murica.
Exactly.
Now
The ununited
Mufasa,
snakes.
yeah, Mufasa. We all definitely recommend going to Rwanda, especially Kigali, like the city and capital.
Hmm.
Definitely, it was great.
It really
I
was.
even got
It
some black
really
people at my
was.
job now that's willing to go now.
Oh, Mufasa, yeah, don't. He said he was gonna pass on Rwanda. Big
Yeah,
mistake. Don't do that.
yeah. Don't do that.
but I'm gonna catch you guys
Yeah, don't
later because
pass away
I gotta
Rwanda,
go
man.
eat.
All
Oh
right,
yeah,
yeah.
we're gonna end this
All
now.
Alrighty.
It's
right.
been like 3 hours. I gotta go. Peace, everybody.
All right. If anything,
All right,
bro,
y'all.
I'm gonna be in the Discord.
Yeah,
So
we all in Discord. So if y'all want
so
to come over to Discord, come over to Discord. Yeah,
yeah.
continue
All
talking.
right,
Cool.
y'all.
All right, peace
All
out.
right,
Yeah,
everybody.
Mufasa, I see the same thing. As far as running through people, but that the key word is trust.
Peace.
Yeah,
And I would have to go meet a lot more people and spend a lot more time with them to find out exactly who to trust and who not to trust. So I do understand running businesses through people. It's not the easiest thing, but I also have the opportunity to, seek out people throughout my family who may want to go, and I would trust them more so than I would trust anybody else,
yeah.
within reason, because they are family. So all of us got crazy people in our family, and
but
people that you don't trust in the
Oh yeah.
family.
I
Later,
talk
y'all.
to y'all later.
Night,
All right.
Peace.
everybody.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.